Last time on Better Than Paradise.
You know, Cammy? Callie.
Callie, okay.
Yeah, okay. Is she one of you?
Looks around before looking down at her nails and gives a sharp nod.
Okay, thought so.
Keep your head down. As much as you can, anyway.
You want to
Oh,
come
yeah.
find a walkie-talkie with me? He needs one to talk into, and he was just gonna give one to Oscar. Wait, maybe we need 4. Logan, do you want one?
Are you guys planning something?
I was gonna say, why don't we just grab 8?
That would be smart.
I just wanted one.
Full look in Milo's direction, who I assume is currently struggling with Theo to carry 8 brightly colored walkie-talkies.
Why not give everyone at the Bastion a couple? One.
Did you guys want to drop off that stuff at the Bastion? And she kind of gestures to the bundle of walkie-talkies.
Can we go look for Alex then? Needs a walkie-talkie.
Alex is in the room with all the sleeping bags. Alex is kind of like rubbing at like the spot between their eyes.
We just bought a bunch of walkie-talkies, and Milo thought you might want one.
Yeah, no, a walkie-talkie would be great. Alex leads past a door or two and goes into the office, drawing room-like area. The one with the large, heavy desk. It was Season 1 Wyatt's group that found the shattered symbol on the desk. Sawyer's in there looking through books.
Wyatt would go to Sawyer. You're like, what you reading?
Looking for info is all, secrets.
Oh.
Books were gathered for a reason. It's just a matter of figuring out what that reason was.
I don't know, don't people like hide shit in desks sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what they did in National Treasure?
Alright, was there anything specifically you were trying to find, Wyatt?
The weird symbol stuff before, he was probably looking for something similar to that.
Find like a folder of what looks like photocopied newspaper articles from 80 some odd years ago about the founding of Haven Hill. The symbol, like what you had assembled, kind of looming in the distance, like vaguely in the background of the photo.
Show it to Sawyer when you found it. Here, I told you, Nicolas Cage.
You and your luck. What's your brother's schedule like right now? Do you know? I haven't really been talking to him. Just been busy.
Do you know what he's been looking into?
I think he's been trying to get an idea on, not the head honcho, but there's somebody, the person he got into a fight with Halloween. We've been trying to track them down, figure out where they came
From the radio station?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him that we might can look for?
Tall, wide-shouldered, like workout, a runner. But their clothes felt weird. Like they were watching us. It was weird because of the clothes. So we've been trying to look for that feeling.
Can he scroll through the channels of the walkie-talkie? He wants to spy on people.
Just like you can hear that there's something being transmitted, but it's the whole like you just go right past it and you can't get it right on the number that you need.
Logan, please help.
She's just standing with her arms crossed in the living room because she couldn't find the others and she doesn't know what to do now.
Arms straight out, holding the thing. Please help. I want to spy on people, but it's not working.
I don't know how to work those things.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I imagine it being the static, and then you get instances of like words, but not full words, like syllables and sounds and mishmash pieces. A voice you recognize, Milo.
What?
Even through the crackliness of the radio, you know the person on the other side is. Yeah, no, I meant Cody.
He looks extremely like, what the fuck? He
Yeah,
will
radio.
say hello into it.
No response from Cody other than like snippets and the pieces and a glimmer from the chains on the wall.
So we were downstairs and Milo gave me his walkie-talkie and we were messing around with it and there was a voice.
He's just nodding.
Who did you hear?
It sounded like my brother. Is he a tree?
Wait, it sounded like your brother? It sounded
Yeah,
like Cody? So, no, I don't think you understand. You heard Cody. You heard Cody through the radio.
Yeah.
We've been trying to find him. We're doing it. It's working.
What are you doing?
We get informed, and that's helping us figure out where they are underground. If you heard Cody, maybe we found him, so we can add him to the map. What Theo was up to?
Absorbing information and just letting his gaze wander.
Aren't you bored just sitting around waiting, Thea? Alex and my brother offer information, but what have they been doing with it? I think you should follow your instincts, Thea. Milo, wouldn't it just be better to take matters into your own hands instead of waiting for more information?
Yeah, why don't we go right now?
You just want to go down there and hope things work?
The opportunity could pass just as quick as the signal.
If you want to push them into the maze, go for it, but I'm having no hand or play in this.
Maybe those chains aren't so helpful so much as they hold you down.
I'd rather be grounded than burn out.
I'm going home. Who needs a ride?
No, Milo's not leaving. Milo is gonna go grab the chains and he's gonna start speaking. Hey, I know you're working really hard. Thank you. But I don't want to wait. I'd ask Alex, but do you have any information on Cody at all or not? Because I'm gonna go find him.
You're holding the chains. You make your plea. You feel the chains loosen and the door pops open. In the backyard, you see the chains. You see them wrapped around an invisible figure, holding it placed. And from this massive chain, you see a single chain heading underground, vibrating, trembling with the notes, the hum that you can hear.
Take hold of the chain.
You grab the chain. You're somewhere different. You can feel your body in the backyard. You see a room, this second vision. You're taller and there's humming. You see their hands. You're looking through Cody's eyes and you blink and the vision is gone.
That was him.
We will get them. All of them. In time.
What more do you need to do?
Their soul is complex. Once I can more convincingly mimic it, we can shut it down. Maybe for good.
I'm gonna go and do it as soon as possible.
As you step back into the bastion, the door closes without your touch and the chains tighten back up.
The maps that Avery had is why I was gonna look for them.
You find Avery's maps, and you find ones that have like notes in them, with like symbols and things. You find his stash of maps. All right, so some stuff to go over. I'm pretty sure Lore and Wyatt met up, and
Yeah.
Wyatt gifted you some wonderful things.
Yes.
Nice.
We were talking about, we were like probably sneaking into the teacher's lounge to make photocopies of it. Scan them. Like,
You had to sneak into the teacher's. You couldn't use like the public library.
did they have it for students? Maybe.
It's usually just like 10 cents a copy.
You didn't want people
Yeah.
to see you. You didn't want a record.
So you snuck into the teacher's lounge. Okay.
My
No
school
one
didn't
was.
have those. Okay.
They didn't want to pay 10
Broke
cents
spot.
per copy.
Cents. It's too much.
Nobody had money.
Well, neither you nor Wyatt had money.
But yeah, we made copies of the maps that you found.
And these are maps of what? Could you remind me?
the underground.
Ooh.
Or it's what the it's what HQ I think have made over time.
It's specifically Avery's maps and notes of the underground.
Yeah.
So
Wyatt
you
had
do the most
taken
running underground?
Wyatt had taken photos and provided them to Lore, so Lore now has copies of Avery's maps.
I feel like we don't want Avery to know about this.
Yes,
No,
this
we
is
don't.
huge.
No.
Wyatt definitely did it without permission.
Oh, I was there for the when
We're
he
shocked.
asked Avery if he could the map. Avery straight up said, "God no."
Wyatt doing something without Avery's permission? I'm so shocked. Call the presses.
Okay, so Laura now has copies of the maps. Let's see here.
Take a wild swing enough for one kid, copy for every kid.
Yeah, I was essentially thinking that so everyone could have access.
Okay.
Speaking of having access, 1 second.
Yeah. Why am I scared?
I'm watching the stream and like the hesitant not match like the curious eyebrow raise.
Yeah,
that
the
Logan
eyebrow
does.
was perfect.
Enjoy this Jamboard, which allows you to draw the map for yourselves.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
So as you explore, we can add on to it.
Interesting. So, was there anything else that happened between sessions that is particularly relevant?
Probably, I'm blanking on it right now. I do know I did not get the principal's documents done for Nick. The ones that you guys found on his computer. I haven't compiled those yet, so please be patient with me on that. It's been a week.
The documents?
Yeah, the one that
Okay.
Nick has right now.
Those documents.
Nick just fucking sucks at hacking.
Oh, thanks.
It's decrypting. It takes
Thank
time.
you.
It's fine.
It's probably written in some sort of like 32 hash code that doesn't easily translate without access to the internet, but he doesn't have access to the internet really, so like, you know. You can't just plug it into Google.
You telling me we can't just go to ciphers.com?
No, you don't have access to decode.fr.
Can't believe SAO banned solving puzzles.
You get out a jigsaw puzzle and just SAO shows up. Strike blind.
Only just like 20 sleepers just charging.
Well, I know that on my end, Laura and Warren had texted each other, with Warren suggesting that maybe we meet up and talk about some things. And I believe Lorena was the one to suggest the bridge underneath Juniper Street, where all the delinquents skate. Is that it?
Yes.
Dang old
I hope that's okay. I
delinquent.
made that up.
It's fine.
It's a bridge. It's fine.
It's fine, literally. Collaborative storytelling.
Okay. Yeah, basically, Laura wanted to talk, but changed her mind, and then that's when, Warren was like, let's meet up. So they would probably meet up after school?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was
Um,
thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
And go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go, you.
I can describe the place if you want.
Go for it.
So I picture one of those big bridges with like underneath there's like the big chunky concrete poles and concrete ground. And it's like a makeshift skate park with like plywood ramps of all different sizes and shapes. And just like it's kind of like a loitering space too, but there's people skating, people chatting, but mostly a particular kind of people, but all like people who don't worry about going under strange bridges and hanging out.
Are you calling
probably
these
smoke
people
weed.
sketchy?
A little bit.
A little
Okay,
sketchy.
the troll full.
Some of them might be cool. Some of them might be actually pretty sketchy. I kind of picture
drugs
it.
were sold here.
It's very possible. I kind of picture it like there's like an edge of the forest, kind of close, and maybe like a chain link fence between them, there and the underground of the ramp or the. My God, I got words under the bridge. There we go.
Speaking words tonight. I believe in us. I believe in us.
And she would be kind of hanging out kind of more away from people, waiting for Warren to show up.
Okay. Warren is going to show up, exactly when we agreed upon. But he's not wearing his jacket, and his hair is tied up in, like, a not great ponytail, but you appreciate the effort. He is still wearing his little necklace thing.
That's hilarious.
Listen. But no, Warren is going to is going to make his way down to. I kind of picture this as kind of one of those like drainage sections of the underpass of a bridge, where like when it floods, this whole place fills up,
Amazing. We're all sewer rats down here.
Listen, it would be a good place to skate because it already has a little curve and it's all concrete.
Yes. Perfect.
But yeah, Warren's going to go down there. He's not going to see anybody he really like knows here except for Lorena, who I'm just kind of picturing is just kind of like leaning up against the wall and kind of arms crossed.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey. Almost didn't recognize you with your new whatever this is. You're trying to blend in or fit in.
Well, I'm not just going to be walking around in a fucking leather jacket down here.
Do you think people are going to steal it from you?
No, it's just kind of... I feel like people recognize me by the jacket, I feel like it's iconic for me. So I'm just... So yeah, I'm trying to fit in. Whatever.
I don't know. It's fine. You are iconic. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Well, back at the Bastion, You know who, HQ.
Warren rolls his eyes.
They know where the rest of the missing kids are.
They do?
Sorry, can you hear my cat?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they do, but they don't want us in the maze. They want us to take our time with it. They don't trust us. They didn't say that, but that's what I'm gathering. And I'm kind of internally struggling with it. Part of me says, like, screw them. And another part just doesn't want to mess things up with them. I don't want to rush anything, but I want to understand the underground tunnels more. So at least maybe we can be prepared when we do find them, or maybe we'll actually stumble on them.
Okay, so good to know we're on the same page with HQ. And good to know that they're not telling us anything. Cool.
I do have these. And she would reach into her bag with the photocopied maps and notes. Wyatt got these, stole these from Avery.
And these are...
Anything on the underground passages, like if you can understand Avery's notes and his mapping skills, then maybe this could help us.
Warren takes a quick look at the map, turns it 90 degrees. What does this map like? Is this map marked with like location names or anything, or is it just kind of scribbling lines?
So
To just walls.
part of the map, so I can't remember if Wyatt had taken photos of everything or just the final, but Wyatt did find both the sketched version, like a line art version, and then like a quote unquote finalized with notes version.
So this is... I would assume Wyatt would take the finalized version, since more information.
Wyatt redrew the maps himself and took pictures of the notes, so it's probably the finalized.
Okay. This is really good information. And Warren immediately folds up the map, the copy of the map that you gave him, and just kind of... He goes to tuck it into his jacket before realizing he's not wearing it. So he just stuffs it into his jeans pocket instead.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have this fear I've been thinking about since the kids and David, and since they've been there for so long, I just keep thinking I can't imagine they're going to be the same people they were when they got taken. I don't know. I just think the sooner we get them, the better.
You're right, Lorena. The sooner we get them out of there, the sooner they can get on with moving on from whatever the Redacre voice is up to. The longer we sit around and wait for them to act, the longer we sit around and wait for HQ to act and do something, the more kids are disappearing. You've seen Alex's jacket.
Yeah. So, what are we going to do about it?
I think we should go in there. Are the kids located on this? Are some of the missing kids on this map?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. I think we should somehow find out where the missing kids are, since we know probably Avery and Alex know where they are. Get that from them, go down, and find as many as we can. Because the sooner we act, the sooner something gets done.
I don't know how we're gonna get that out of them.
They have been tight-lipped.
I guess we can be a little sneaky, maybe a little manipulative. Maybe. For the
Do you think they
information.
do you think they wrote it down anywhere?
Maybe we could check the bastion first. I saw the amber. And then I could try talking to. Who would break first? Definitely not Avery.
I don't know if you'd get anything instructive out of Sawyer. He sounds jumbled up whenever you speak to him. At least in my opinion. I think Alex might be our best option.
Yeah.
But we could also try and force their hand instead. What if we make them think the kids are going to be moved soon? So they might be more willing to act now.
I don't know if I want to lie to their faces.
Okay.
But I guess if
Just
we have
a thought.
to. I don't mind following your lead. I'm not the best liar. So if we do that, you might have to. You lie about your feelings all the time, Warren. Come on.
I really don't know what you're talking about, Lorena, but the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because I was thinking about what we can do about the voices.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Have you been getting and Warren looks a little hesitant, strange messages from any of them recently?
Not really. What do you mean by strange messages? I mean, they're always strange.
More strange than they used to be. Never mind.
No. What are you talking about?
I just think it would be useful to have some kind of insurance against voices in general. Because we know about those four running around with the HQ, and we know about the Redacre voice. I think it would be good if we had some sort of backup plan, you know?
You don't trust them?
No, do you?
Not really. I'm not sure what to think.
So I think just a backup plan of some kind would be good. So I was thinking we might want to use this again. And Warren pulls out a can of spray paint from his backpack and hands it to Lore.
My specialty, thank you. Interesting.
You know?
Yeah, no. I think I know.
It clearly is able to shut up at least the understudy. Maybe it works on the other voices too. Just a thought.
Sure, you're right.
I'm wondering if there would be some way to, like, I don't know, be able to ward them off if we need to. Or keep them from spying on us. And Warren does kind of give a quick look around. I thought it would be worth a shot.
Just don't really know their means of spying. At least with like the eyes, we could see them. But how do they? I don't know.
I mean, they're called voices, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I know the Reddiker voice. Apparently it works through some kind of like noise or music. Because back at the Bastion last time, some of the others were describing this hum they had heard down in the underground before. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Why it kind of got mind controlled from it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It might be out there to think, but maybe it is sound-based. Maybe it is some kind of weird supernatural noise. So maybe some weird supernatural headphones might be able to block it out. Or at least make it quieter.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, so Amber's coming.
Yeah, me too.
Or we could just like blast our music up to 80, you know?
Sounds like another plan. Do you play any instruments?
I was learning the drums at some point.
Great.
You know, therapy.
Huh? Okay. Or just kind of like an, okay, look at that, but okay. You know what, next time they show up, I'll start playing my guitar, and you can start banging on the drums, and we won't hear a word they say.
Sounds great.
And Warren is, like, giving this mischievous little smile, like, yeah.
So, shall we go to the Bastion?
Yeah. Let's go. You wouldn't happen to have an old pair of headphones on you, would you?
She probably has headphones, like the chunky ones. And she'd give it to Warren.
Good with these being tree coated.
I guess they're cheap. They're whatever.
Okay. Could you hand me the can back?
She does. She gives.
Okay.
I want to remind you that we didn't want to be in contact with that stuff.
Yes, but it dries, and clearly it dries just fine if we're not worried about it being all over the fucking school.
It was on.
We need our mind crew. We need Nick to actually, like, don't do that.
Fine. If
You
you
wanna
want,
do
we
that,
can
go ahead.
not do this at the sketchy Juniper Street Bridge. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's just head to the Bastion first.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a read on anything else HQ might know about this stuff. And he takes the cannon and shoves it back into his backpack, which is just kind of like slung over his shoulder.
All right. Laura would just take one last look around, make sure nobody was listening, and then head off with Warren.
Mm-hmm. We are walking to the Bastion this time.
Didn't bring your fancy car.
No. That's the easiest thing to track.
What were you saying, Amber?
I was saying, I assume Warren is walking, Laura's skateboarding.
Yeah. You have to speed walk, sorry.
No, Warren does not speed walk. That is where I draw the line.
Warren gets on the back of the skateboard and like holds Laura's waist.
Yeah. And just hop on.
Making our way out of town, walking fast.
Skateboarding faster. Okay, so we probably arrive at the Bastion. Who would be around at about this afternoon time on, I'm going to say, a Friday?
Theoretically, myself and Reese. Reese has stepped out. A phone call, I guess.
Stepped out for some fresh air. Accidentally touched the chains. No.
Tried to
No,
drink,
don't go to touch grass.
to drink the brain ocean.
Delicious.
All right.
Guess you just see Nick off to the side of Treebeard, sitting on his laptop.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, hey, Laura. Warren.
Warren has an art project. On my headphones.
Ooh.
Well, okay. Since you're so smart.
Oh boy.
Do you think it makes sense? Well, I don't know. Explain it more.
Okay, Nicholas, since you're the only one of us who've, as far as I know, sold out to one of the voices in our heads, like, sold your soul to do all the door
I'm not
stuff,
sure we can
right?
prove souls are on the line here, if they're even a thing, but sure.
Metaphorically. Correct?
Okay.
So, Lorena and I were wondering kind of how they work. Since they have to contact us some way, right?
I mean, what I understand, we're always like kind of half listening.
So, I was just thinking with the understudy working with, this weird noise thing that they apparently do, maybe it's sound-based. So maybe if we want to protect ourselves from the Red Acre voice, we would kind of try and find a way to muffle it. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. This have to do with your art project on the headphones?
Yeah. I'd consider it an art project.
It's pretty clear, but it should be clear unless it's kind of sat out over the past 6 months. But yeah. Where would be a good place to spray these things down?
Still have some of those.
You don't?
I used them that night.
And some of us had extra. I gave one of mine to Logan, I think.
Well, if they are still good, I wouldn't want it on something touching my head. Did you ever go into the backyard?
Yeah. I was the one who tried to pull you away from the tree, remember?
There's a lot going on in that moment, I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair.
Needless to say, if that's like concentrated whatever the hell was going on back there, I wouldn't want it touching us. If you're worried about the voices making us do things, I think the tree sap is also an extreme of that. It was trying to make
But
come down.
if it was that dangerous, do you really think HQ would have given all of us cans of it?
Yes! I've been saying this since day one. They have no idea what they're doing.
Oh my God. Lauren just
Warren
looks
starts
around
laughing.
to see if HQ is anywhere nearby.
I kind of want to make you roll for it.
I can.
Observation or what is it? Investigation? Investigation?
Yeah.
Investigate one of those.
All right.
Justin, you have to understand how much that has raised Warren's opinion of Nick.
I'm blind, actually.
They're not
You
there.
don't see one. Thank God.
Good.
What are you telling me?
You see nothing.
If you're telling me if Laura rolled a success, they would just be there?
HQ member for every
God.
success.
Oh no,
5 successes? Good news, you find out the new one.
Oh, there we go. It's all coming together.
But no, at that, Warren just started laughing.
You should understand. Like, Warren wasn't there, but Alex sent us into that underground place saying, that they'd help us, figure out where we have to go and what we have to do. We got, like, radio silence after we went in there.
I didn't say I didn't agree. I was just making sure they weren't around.
And I don't think we need to find out where we're going around down there, since they already have maps of the place and know where the missing kids are.
You have maps? Avery had one, but you get maps.
Lorena.
Wyatt gave them to me. We made copies. Here, have one. And she gives one to Nick.
Keep this quiet from HQ, though. Obviously.
Look, I was there when Wyatt told to ask it from his brother. You can just step in at any time.
Mm-hmm. Reese definitely had heard Nick's exclamation about HQ not knowing what the fuck they're doing.
If it's fair to say, well, actually, I don't know, because I don't know if this interferes with, like, NPCs, but Wyatt told Reese about documents being in Bastion, and he could have been upstairs just kind of looking around and then heard Nick's exclamation and kind of head downstairs.
that would do.
announced to all of Bastion.
So good. Sorry?
No, I was gonna say that's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So he's surprised to see them.
Hi, Reese PC.
Don't call me that. I asked you not to call me that. When did you guys get here?
Just a second ago.
Cool.
Yeah,
We were talking about some documents that Lorena found.
Oh,
In
here.
our research project?
Yes.
An art
Is that
project.
code?
So you're here to do homework.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah, Laura's here to do homework.
Geography homework of a sort.
I thought it was code. Homework, research.
No, we have literal homework and research projects.
Oh,
You not started yours
are
yet?
they more important than this? I don't think so. And Laura would hand Reese one of the maps.
Yes, I don't think Laura started the research project yet.
What research
Did you
project?
pick a topic?
Oh my god. Did you just say what research project?
You skipped
What
the
research
day we got the
project?
project?
Have you at least thought about what World War II general you're writing about? Okay, a problem for another time.
So what project are you working on then?
The underground.
Yeah. Map.
Mapping the underground, seeing about some ways to get the voices off of our backs if we need to. You know, the usual stuff. And Warren puts the can back into his backpack with the intention of letting Reese see him slide it back in.
So he does watch. Voices off of our back? You mean the Red Acre voice?
Yeah. And
he looks at Lorena.
Nothing.
Because the other ones have been nothing but helpful.
I get you, but what if
Warren looks a little surprised at that.
what if they're only helpful for their own reasons? We don't really know who they are.
And we don't know if it's only the four of them and the Red Acre voice out there, you know?
He nods slowly.
Do you think they would have told us about other options?
A couple of them probably would have, yeah. Not as possessive as you'd think.
Maybe yours isn't.
Without them, I mean, with them, we're already in over our heads. Without them, I think we're already drowning. That's all.
Never mind then.
No,
we
it's
were
okay.
just working on figuring out that HQ knows exactly where the missing kids are, have a map to the underground, and are not doing anything about either of those things. Nor telling any of us.
I mean, I don't like that way they go about things exactly, but there has to be some reason they're not just going down there and freeing all the kids.
There has to be some reason why they're not giving volatile tree sap to kids. Wait. We've been through this, Nicholas. They don't think things through.
get that. At the same time, have you seen how many people are down there?
Wait,
Have you?
I've seen at least 30 to 40 in a single room.
they want to take it slow, but I feel like it's not just being precautious. I feel like it's like a fear to, I don't know, actually do it. And I get that. Anyway, we're going down there. You guys want to come?
Okay, want is subjective.
Get the hesitancy, but
That was a yes.
You're deciding for me?
You said yes. In more words than one. I'm having a
Kind of right,
flashback
it's-
to season 1 when Laura made a decision on behalf of Nick before as well. So like this is
It's literally the same decision to go into the
it really is. We are having a repeat.
We are making a decision. The royal we, but we're making a decision.
Look, I don't enjoy it down there. I think I could at least try to help. You can be reckless.
I'm sorry, is Nick encouraging being reckless right now?
Said no. I'm saying because Laura's reckless.
Gotcha. I did not hear that part, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I was like, did we get them, boys?
Still,
Listen, I am.
Ah, what are you?
I'm not reckless. I'm.
Thrill-seeking,
Whatever.
danger-oriented? Which would you
I-
prefer?
I'm not. Well. Whatever. I just think that we should at least understand what's down there.
Okay. Sir, you...
I think we should go. I mean, I do think HQ is
Really?
hesitant, and for good reasons, because when they do go down there, I mean, what happened to Sawyer, and
You.
if it wasn't for them stumbling through the maze, and I'm not sure, I would probably still be down there. So I think that we should try, now that we have some information. It's not just completely blind. If we don't start practicing, how are we supposed to be of any use? And I know HQ wants to keep us out of it, but they're biased, especially with, well, Avery's little brother. So.
Avery puts a lot of emphasis on keeping Wyatt safe. Look, if we're going in, by the sound of it, we are going in. I want to put an emphasis on being ready to get out of Dodge.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll be cautious. We're just...
And in the worst case scenario, he's going to turn to Warren. It may mean going through a door.
Great.
Okay.
You know I go through doors pretty much every day.
You know what he means.
And there's like a tiny smirk.
Who do you want me to call them then?
I get what you mean.
Gates to the hell dimension? Or hellholes?
Sounds like a band name, but okay.
Is it subtle? I like it. It's good to not refer to them too directly.
Well, look, if you are going to spray your headphones with Precep, I would recommend maybe getting something to like cover it up after, like a finish. I don't think he wants to get in contact with that stuff.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Would wood lacquer even work on headphones?
Probably
No.
wouldn't stick well.
What about saran wrap?
Saran wrap!
I mean, there's maybe some in the kitchen.
Oh, you could just put overcoat on it. Probably have to go to like a hardware or paint store for that.
Do we want to do that before heading in, or do we want to? How about we make plans to take a look tomorrow morning?
Okay. Wait, are we all making weird headphone devices? Is that just
I only have about half a can. Probably could only cover 2 of them.
okay? Well, you guys can decide
Well,
that. I'm going to assume I'm like at least minorly protected right now.
What about those like foam earbud thing? Like ear, like
You mean like what
Construction workers
construction?
wear.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, those will definitely cut down on noise better than music headphones.
Hmm.
Also going to be, to get
I'm
from a hardware store.
Okay, so we're making a trip to the hardware store, kids.
I actually might have some because
Wait,
my
what?
dad.
Some construction.
Yeah,
Oh, he does.
yeah. I don't see him anymore, but we still have some of his stuff. So
Oh, so he's not in Haven Hill.
no, he is.
Oh. Okay. Maybe we should still go to a hardware store just for some overcoat. Just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some other supplies we could grab too if we're gonna be making such a trip.
You can never have enough duct tape.
Smart.
Flashlights,
Oh yeah.
Do you
Well,
still have
he-
the black lights?
wrenches.
We should be careful about
yeah, I
being
still
too
have a black
suspicious,
light.
though.
Yes.
Hey, what wrenches? What for?
Wrenching.
Okay, maybe you want a crowbar?
Yeah, maybe.
I have one in the boot of my trunk. We don't need to go buying a crowbar.
Do you have a
Buying a
crowbar?
crowbar is really suspicious, I'll be honest.
Why do you have a crowbar in your trunk, Ren?
It's just part of my road kit, if your car breaks down, you want to have various things. Is that not something I guess your mother has in her car?
I don't think she has a crowbar. There's like a
No.
tire iron, the road flare.
Anyways. I think what we should do is have one of us go in and pick up maybe half of the things that we need, maybe some miscellaneous things to make it look like we're doing some kind of small project. Like whoever's getting the overcoat should probably get like some screws and stuff like that. And the other person, then somebody else goes in 40 minutes later to get the rest of the stuff. Sounds like a plan?
What are we gonna do for the 40 minutes in between? Just chill in the car?
We don't necessarily all need to be present for purchasing of goods.
I agree with that. But
Okay. You know what?
You've made ominous purchases before.
Okay. How about everyone just give me a list and then Reese and I can go pick up stuff.
Okay.
Or yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
maybe Nick and I should go. We'll be the least suspicious.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like you guys would be the most suspicious. I feel like I could go because I look like
feel
the
like-
type.
I mean, you could certainly convince someone that the overcoat's for your skateboard.
That's true.
Maybe you're so suspicious that you come all the way around being perfectly normal while being suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
Are there
prepared?
any... There wouldn't be any, like, things you would be buying for your computer there, right?
Not usually. Maybe a screwdriver or two if there's a specific size I need, but not normally computer parts,
It's
no.
worth an excuse.
Look, if you want me to go, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out which one of the two of you is going to be less suspicious. Maybe Reese is building a shelf.
More books.
I have to
You're
agree.
right.
I do think Nick would look less suspicious.
Yeah.
I have the plaid jacket
There we
and
go.
everything.
And you're short. It's like,
Not sure about that part.
Okay, let's go.
Wait, what are we getting?
We'll make the list in the car.
I thought Warren
Wait.
didn't bring his car.
I didn't.
No, but Reese is assuming he brought it.
Warren was just going to be like, okay, one of them is driving, I guess. Cool, I didn't know they had a car.
Everybody steps outside and there's just like a skateboard and 2 bikes.
they're like, oh yeah, we walked.
So they slowly walk to the hardware store. What are we getting, guys? Okay, duct tape. I liked that idea.
Okay, duct tape is good.
The
Spray
overcoat.
paint would also be good and would fit with the overcoat.
Would make sense. Use it to mark the tunnels, but they'll probably only stick around for this one venture. I imagine they'll paint over it later.
Mhm. Or
You-
covering security cameras.
2.
Flashlights were mentioned, and I think that's a good idea. But whether or not they got them from the hardware store or gathered them from their own shit is fine.
Yeah.
Sure, we all have flashlights at home.
Mm-hmm.
Picturing like the shitty plastic ones that like flicker and are awful.
Oh god.
I'm pretty
That's,
sure Nick and Lore have the flashlights from the ones that Alex gave them.
Oh, okay.
How good quality were those?
They directed you through the maze, that's all you needed.
Yeah, it's a flashlight.
Better than what Reese would come home with.
We're gonna
or come
open
with
it
from
and we're
his
gonna
home.
find a gold chain in there. Powered by Sentinel.
It only glows when you're talking shit.
Oh my god.
That's how you know it's powered by Sentinel.
I legitimately just heard like the Duracell noise in my head.
Okay, so we've got overcoat, we've got spray paint, we've got flashlights if needed, we've got duct tape. Anything else?
To sell.
Oh, earplugs.
Yeah, no, they got earplugs.
Yeah. Buy a fucking giant thing of them for like
You know,
$10.
you can get those fucking foam ones you just shove in your ears in a big bag.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those like knives. Utility knife?
Think we're gonna have to cut anything? You know, do you want to like bring rope?
No.
Get a multi-tool if you don't already have one.
I have a small one. Oh,
Should be fine. But the concept of re-suggesting we should bring a knife.
What if we do have to cut something?
I mean, wouldn't utility knives? I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I don't
about
mean
that.
like a kitchen knife.
I mean, I'm not sure about a utility knife. That's just a
I'm
razor
fine
blade.
with-
If it's anything substantial, that's just gonna break.
Yeah.
Just out of
Some
this
multi-tools
discussion.
have a little utility saw that works decent. What
like
the fuck is a
scissors.
kitchen gun, Amber?
I love you, kitchen gun. I don't necessarily think we need knives, but if you really want, bring a pocket knife or something. You want rope? I don't know if this is like a setup, trip line kind of thing.
I mean, as long as someone else is paying, get whatever. Warren, you're paying, right?
I don't know how much time we'll have for Home Alone antics down there.
I think we're good without the rope. Okay.
This should be good for just exploration.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna make you guys roleplay shopping for this.
Dang, there goes my plans.
I know we just sent one person in.
What about the Matthew Mercer experience?
If you wanted the Matthew Mercer experience, try and hire Matt Mercer. I am not Matt Mercer.
But what if Nick was gonna haggle?
Why me?
Are you the one shopping?
I don't know, but like I am the worst at heart.
Incredible. That makes it better.
True.
You heard
You're
it
like
here
the
first.
only person in this
Nick
entire
has no
group
heart.
that doesn't have like 4 heart or more.
Yeah, that is true. Also, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's crazy.
I do picture like a montage of them just grabbing everything and then just going together and being like, yeah, I'll like a school project. What? But yeah, assuming they pick up everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get flagged for tape, overcoat, and spray paint, and, like a flashlight. If anything, you could have just like said, "Oh, we're building a skateboard ramp," and you want a flashlight.
We're building a skateboard ramp out of duct tape.
You can use duct tape to hold it together.
We have the wood at home. It's fine.
I am never skating with any of you.
Don't know how, and I don't want to learn how.
Okay. So before everybody splits up for the evening, Warren's going to kind of tell everyone to let's meet back up near. Do we have a known entrance to the maze? Or any of those marked on the map?
They're not specifically marked on the map, but you can very easily mark it on the map. You guys know of at least one.
No, the one behind the convenience store in Red Acre. Where we met Smiles.
We know of the one in the or is that the one in the woods?
It was a different exit. What? No, that was a trail that led off from behind the convenience store.
Is that the one you're talking about, Amber?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Since
actually
it's
mark it on the map? Or
It's over in Red Acre, so it wouldn't be on the map we have. Above ground.
Is it in Red Acre or was it in between?
No, that was at Red Acre.
The path started on the border of Red Acre. It led you in between Red Acre and Haven Hill.
Okay. Let's meet up at
Wouldn't be weird.
let's meet up at the old bridge tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. and then we'll head over. Since it sounds like all of our good entrances are next town over.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
It's good to me.
yeah.
Perfect.
Any other ideas or plans here, or are we just going in with what we got? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome to bring anything else. So, you mean plans?
I'll bring snacks.
Snacks.
I'll probably at least bring a bottle of water. We don't know how long this is going to be.
Okay. Warren is going to hand off the bag of earplugs and the can of spray paint to Lore, like, could you take care of covering these up? I think Dad would be asking a couple of questions if I was doing it in the garage.
Yeah. I can hang
Cool.
on to these.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, Amber, that's why we got the overcoat.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's fine enough if it's fucking on the gym floor where people are constantly splitting their face after it dries. So, like, hey.
Look, I don't. Okay, look. Before everybody like splits off to their respective houses, I'm gonna just like tap Reese on the shoulder. Hey, got any interesting books on you or like at your house I could borrow?
So many. What are you looking for?
Anything I haven't read before.
So he would slide his backpack down from his shoulder and rifle through it. I myself am not a book person, so I'm like generic book here, but he would offer Nick one that he does have a bookmark in, like he was reading through it again.
Yeah, thank you. I'll probably give it back to you in a few days. I'm honest, Curio has been burning through my library.
Oh.
Not literally, of course.
Right. So just for entertainment?
Yeah. No, sometimes I'll wake up and find books up into, like, the middle. Likes to read.
Oh. Well, I hope they enjoy this.
Oh, God.
I'll see if I can get a review for you.
Not necessary, but if he likes it, I could find others. I have lots of books to recommend and no one to recommend them to. So.
God.
Reese doesn't start following Curio. Reese just starts a book club with Curio.
You don't have to follow Curio to be friends with him. Come on.
Yeah. Spoonie, I'm sorry. I'll get a book name for you eventually. Off the top of my head, I cannot.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to do before it's a quote-unquote night and you go to the next day?
My mother's not home or awake when I'm there. I'm just gonna, like, leave a note saying I'm gonna be out for most of tomorrow.
You leave the note, and you see a note from her left for you. Saying that she's been offered a promotion, and so she's currently trying to figure out the logistics of that, but she hopes with it she'll be able to be home more. And that maybe tomorrow night or sometime this weekend, you guys can go out to dinner and celebrate.
Nick obviously likes the concept. At the same time, a thin layer of fear comes with it as he doesn't know who controls what around here. Doesn't know what this promotion may entail. But, he will then add an addendum to his little note just saying, congratulations on the promotion. It would be great if we could have dinner, hang out more. will keep the rest to himself.
You also find, like, I couldn't decide if your mom likes to make brownies or if she also was part of the cookie squad. But there's definitely like a plate of some kind of dessert that she had made.
Yeah, she bakes desserts sometimes. Remember, she made trays of cupcakes when Star Wars night happened. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so she made some dessert, and it's very obviously like a congrats to me kind of thing.
There's already like half the plate missing.
Yeah, she is very excited over this promotion.
I will take 2 brownies and head up to my room.
I don't trust it. That promotion. Sketchy.
But I should try to be happy
Yeah,
for her. She works hard.
I trust nothing in this town.
Explained your relationship with your father.
Wow.
Christ. When Warren gets home, is his father home or is he working late again?
Dad is definitely working late again.
Happens. Any notes left from him? Other than just like, do the dishes. Don't forget to take out the trash.
It's the typical like post-it notes of like, do this, do that.
Throw a party.
Is a note. Throw a party.
It's on the agenda.
There is a note about he's finally called somebody to check the back door because it keeps unlocking.
Hmm.
So if you find somebody, or if you come home and you see somebody working on it, not to be worried. He hired them. It's fine.
Okay.
So relieved to know your house is still haunted as shit.
I'm going to go back to the door, check to see if it is locked or if it's just going to slide open again.
It's unlocked right now.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so it hasn't been fixed yet.
Not yet.
Cool. Okay, that's all.
Laura would check if her neighbor is around. Who she hasn't been talking to as much.
You can hear her TV at like max volume. And if you like peek through the window, you can see she's just like going ham on like cleaning the house. While like a soap opera plays.
Amazing. She would knock on the door.
Do you knock hard?
Yeah. Or do they? Yeah, they probably have doorbells.
They probably have a doorbell, yeah.
So she would ring the doorbell then, since that's louder.
There's no response.
So she would write a note and slip it under the door, or like if she has like one of those like mailboxes on the doors.
Yeah, she totally has one of those. Reminder, you also have a key to this house.
Oh fuck, I do. You're right. I just don't want to scare her. Okay. Yeah, maybe she would use the key then. Kind of like open the door and cautiously, like, she doesn't want to like spook her. So like not get too close, but be like, hey, like,
Oh, Laura, is that you? And like she like scrambles to turn down the television and like knocks over a couple things, and you can kind of hear her curse under her breath as she's like, hi, honey, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm great. I'm fine. Yeah. I'm in between that. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just trying to clean, get things settled up. We're having like a huge I don't know if you saw, we're doing like a gathering, like a parent gathering, check on people, do that whole stuff. So like I'm hosting it, and so I've been trying to clean. Haven't really been seeing you around lately, honey. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I met a lot of people. I have a lot of friends now. And homework.
Yeah? A lot of friends?
Yeah.
Are they skaters like you? Because like I know you used to hang out at that park all the time.
They're not. No, they're not destined to be skaters anytime soon. They're I don't know, they like read and stuff.
Oh, so they're helping you with homework. That's nice. I hope so, because like, we were having that discussion at one point about how you might want to consider tutoring, but I don't think you really were listening to me at that point in time. But that's okay. But like if your friends are able to help you with your grades, then maybe you'll be able to get into a good school, and you can do so much with that wonderfully smart brain of yours, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, they are helping me with school. I wanted to ask if you didn't hear anything about David yet, right?
No, she kind of like pauses in tidying up after the mess that she had made when trying to like turn down the television. And she's like, no, but they, as dark as it is to say, they haven't found a body, so maybe he just ran away.
Yeah, maybe. I think I might know someone who could help. So
help? What do you mean help?
Did you say something about a parent group checking in on people?
Oh yeah, like it's gonna be like a what's the word? Neighborhood watch kind of thing. We're just gonna try and keep an eye out, make sure people are wandering around that aren't supposed to, things of that nature, because we don't want to lose any more of you.
And this would you're part of this?
Yeah, I'm hosting one of the first meetups. Sunday, I think Sunday night we're having like a little potluck thing. I invited your parents, but I don't know if they're coming. But it's definitely gonna be like at least the street gonna show up.
Oh, you invited both of them.
Yeah,
Good luck with that.
I figured it was worth a try. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
I really think it can help us, Lore. And she like rests a hand on your shoulder and kind of like gives a gentle squeeze. And she's like, I know a lot of adults have failed you, but I'm trying to make it so that won't be a problem.
She just trying to hide that nervous sweating. I didn't like that. Yeah. I'm sure it'll help. Hey, do you have any cookies?
Yes, actually, and she kind of like lightly guides you to the kitchen, and she's like, yeah, no, I was in the middle of like making some cookies, and then I got like the crazy urge to clean, but no, there's definitely some cookies. Feel free, help yourself. You know where the Tupperware is. And I'm here if you need anything, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm totally fine though. I'm good.
Okay. I hope you'll tell me if you're not.
Yeah, of course.
That's a
and
dear.
she
And
would-
she pats you on your head. Like,
she would take some cookies.
take as many as you want. You even know where the Tupperware is, so you can even like fill a Tupperware container with cookies should you wish.
Okay, she probably does that just enough for the group. Snack on.
Wyatt the snack on.
Yes, a little extra for Wyatt.
My brain literally went Wyatt rolling up, stealing cookies, and then rolling away.
Wyatt just appears in this lady's window.
I heard you say cookies.
Just like squatting in the frame. He is the weirdo. Cookie cryptid does count.
Right.
Well, it was really nice talking to you.
It was wonderful seeing you, sweetie. Like, my door's always open for you, anytime.
Do you remember that symbol I showed you months ago?
There's a pause. And she nods slowly. I think so?
You still don't know what that means, right?
I haven't seen it again. So no. No, I don't know what it means.
Yeah, me neither. Well, it was nice seeing you.
She's very concerned. But she's like, yeah, no, it was nice seeing you too.
And she she would kind of get out of there quick.
Okay.
So you can't really make fun of my mother's promotion. You can fucking have your party out there.
All middle fingers towards you. No, and then yeah, she would meet up with the rest.
Okay. Reese, did you want to do anything before night and then the next day?
He probably doesn't do anything. Like, okay. He would tell his father that he was gonna have some plans with friends early in the morning, that they're gonna go hiking.
Going hiking. Okay.
But other than that, probably just have a quiet night. He definitely has like all of his stuff packed, like his sneakers and socks, whatever. Like he has it all like lined up to pack up early in the morning and just set up before he goes to bed that night.
Okay. All right. Your dad is definitely confused on like the hiking description, but is extremely supportive of you in this. You caught him at home surrounded by like piles of books, going through them, combing through them. But that's no different than usual when he's not at work. So
if you don't mind me just jumping into dialogue.
go for it.
I know it's not something that I don't even think I'll really be good at it, but I'm just gonna try it because they're into it, and they invited me, and it could be fun.
No, for sure. It's something new, and maybe, who knows, maybe this can be a new hobby of yours, you know. Staying indoors is not the best of things for us, but that wasn't my thing.
I'm quite fond of indoors myself, but it'll be fun with them, and I'll keep all my limbs in order, and I'll be fine.
He pauses and he's like, you know what, let's, I have a first aid kit, you should take that with you, just in case. I know...
You're probably right.
We kind of bruise like peaches in this family, so just to be safe.
They absolutely do. Beautiful.
And, like, gives you, like, one of those little small pocket-sized, first aid kits that has, like, all the basic stuff that you need, but it obviously can't handle, like, heavy-duty injuries, but, like, for little small cuts or whatever, it's perfect for it.
So he happily takes that and is like, oh, and maybe we have bug spray?
Bug spray? He scratches the back of his head and, like, looks in the medicine cabinet and just kind of like, I think we threw that out last summer. I think it was, like, 5 years expired.
Yeah.
So, but
That's fine. I'm sure one of them will have it.
Yeah, I can give you some cash and you can pick some up in the morning if you want.
Oh, completely unnecessary. I think they'll have it. They'll be more prepared than me. They're outdoorsy. But thank you.
All right. No, have fun. Let me know if you decide you want to do this more and we can get more applicable supplies for you. Maybe, I don't know.
Hiking shoes.
Yeah, something like that. So, but no, like, let me know how it goes. I'm excited you're trying new things.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Dad.
He kind of like pulls you in for a one-armed hug and like leads you to the kitchen to like grab like a late dinner kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah, so definitely adding the first aid kit to his backpack.
Sounds good.
Choose what books they'll be eating for dinner that night.
As you do in this bookworm family.
You absorb through osmosis, how dare you? You just sleep on the book and you just know everything.
Here you go.
All right. So in the morning, how early in the morning are you meeting up?
We're told
6:30, I think, was the time, right?
I don't think it was.
That is what I said.
So 6:30 a.m. at the bridge.
No.
I thought you said 11 at the bridge.
It's not there, so
Nick
Nick
shows
up late. No.
No,
I'm texting Nick like, where the fuck are
I'm gonna be
you?
real. I'm a little out of it tonight.
You're totally fine,
You're
Justin.
fine.
It was just funny.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're on a Mac. It makes sense.
It is actually throwing me off quite a bit.
I'm sure. Feel the same. That's why I picked hiking. I was like, something that would make sense to do at 6:30 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, we said 6:30. Lore sounds like not 6:30.
6:20.
Are you getting there early?
No, 20 minutes after.
6:50.
Wait, is it 6:30?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck my math words.
Laura thought it was going to be a
Numbers.
6, so she thought she showed up late at 6:20, but she's there before everyone else.
Fuck. I guess so. And she's like, why am I here?
Nick bikes onto the bridge at like 6:25. Oh my God, Laura, I think this is the first time I've seen you early for something.
She just kind of glares at you. But tired. So tired.
I didn't think to bring coffee. I'm sorry.
I already drank some, which is why I thought I was showing up late. What time did Warren say?
30.
I wasn't paying attention.
mean, we did just drop on you at the time that there's a research project you hadn't started.
I will figure it out. It's fine. I always do things last minute. It works out.
Okay.
Reese would show up like on the dot.
Mm-hmm. Warren's showing up. Again, he's leaving his jacket behind. He still has his necklace, and is now wearing one of those zip-up hoodies, just in case. Does anybody else wear something to obscure their identities, just perchance?
Laura has like her hat from last time, like a beanie that she puts over her buns.
Reese pulls out the ski masks again.
Oh no! You put those away.
If you Nick,
Surely now is the time for this.
Nick probably just showed up in his normal outfit, but if Warren makes a point of like saying that, then I'll just like awkwardly look around and like take his plaid overshirt off and like put it in his backpack.
That's Nick's identifying mark.
I don't think Nick has an identifying
Plaid?
A pasty little white boy. Kind of like a suburban, like American town. I think he blends in fine.
Reese
Warren is
extends.
going to take one of the ski masks from Reese.
He seems excited, and then he does offer
He's
one
not
to Nick.
putting it on yet.
Well, he's gonna assume that's what you're gonna do with it, so excited.
You just start handing out
Yeah.
ski masks.
He doesn't bother handing one to Lore.
Just kind of look as Warren
Yeah.
takes one and just kind of like, okay. Gingerly take one for Reese.
He seems proud of himself, and
Uh,
he puts
Warren,
his in his
behind
pocket.
Reese's back, just kind of makes eye contact with Nicholas and is just kind of gives a shrug.
I'm gonna just tuck it into his pocket for now.
Who knows?
So, just gonna take out to the entrance, or you want to like drop our bikes off at the bastion and walk the rest of the way?
I think walking would be best, yeah.
I don't know. Say something goes wrong and we have a need for a quick escape. We could run. This is fine.
I mean, but like, it's also the point of if it's an entrance, other people could be using it and they could steal our bikes.
Plus, this, I guess, could be identifiable-ish. We'll leave them at Bastion.
Yeah.
Okay. The old bridge that we're at is pretty near to the bastion, actually. It's like this old road that never is used anymore, and the bridge is still here. But why would you go on this weird back road when you could just go through the main town? So we're not that far away, and we're not that far from Redacre either. So, you three know where to get in, right? Lead the way.
Okay.
Mm.
I will say last time there was a blood trail.
What?
Oh yeah, and Miles showed it to us.
For all we know, it could have been yours.
Do you have a concussion, Reese?
Then? Now? What do you?
Oh,
what
like
was
when-
this?
Well, I mean, you were taken into the tunnels, right?
Yes, but no, it wasn't my blood. Don't.
Okay.
Look, we don't have to talk about that.
Well, yeah, I imagine it's not there now unless it's a new one. But, we'll
let's avoid a blood trail if we can.
Well, not sure if we're gonna have a choice. Find out when we get there.
Christ.
I will try to divert us to the path from the direction of the bastion. I don't know if you'd want me to roll for that.
If you want to roll for it, go for it.
I don't want to. We're wandering through the woods with the destination.
I think you probably are able to, because it's right behind a convenience store, so it's not like it's God knows where in the woods. You have a good point of reference, so I think it's fine.
Fair enough. Alright, so then the question of the hour is there a blood trail?
Give me your,
Investigation?
yes. I still haven't unpacked the book.
Success.
There is not a blood trail this time, but you can definitely tell that there is a path that multiple people have taken.
Okay. Somewhat of a good sign. Doesn't seem like there's any blood here. But, once we go around this curve in the path here, you're just gonna kind of see this steep slope into this hole in the ground.
Yeah, the hole in the ground, for those of you who have seen it before during daylight hours, doesn't look much different than before. The entrance is maybe a little wider, maybe a little deeper, more finalized, it seems like.
A little different, but this is the entrance. Okay.
Want to lead the way like you did last time?
I was forced into that role last time. Am I being forced into it again?
Were you forced? So Laura would go ahead and enter first then, if Nick doesn't want to.
I think that conversation also was a repeat.
Shut up! Oh.
Okay.
All
so,
back.
yeah, I guess.
Season 1.
Yeah, there's a season 1 callback. Good to know you
Welcome
guys
to
haven't
season
changed.
1, part 2.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, so what's the marching order, I guess?
I'll go second.
Warren is going to be taking the back.
Reese is third.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Before we head down, Warren's just going to kind of gather everyone. Fuck. I can't think of how I would lead well here, so never mind. Don't.
Well,
No pep talk?
Sure?
I'm kidding.
Warren would give a pep talk, perhaps, but I can't think of some way that would actually let me use the lead skill. Because Warren's the one going in blind here.
I think we should be able to find our way to like that weird central area we went to last time, Laura.
Yeah.
It had a bunch of different paths and door Wyatt stuck his head into that he shouldn't have.
How detailed are the maps? Or the map from Avery, sorry.
It's pretty detailed, but just by looking at it, it kind of looks like just literally a maze of random hallways and rooms and intersections and what looks like where he tried to do some sort of layering to count, to do different floors. It's a little hard to determine which entrance, however, you are entering on the map.
So, she, I'm not actually very good with maps. Reese.
Yes. So he would look at the map to try to help make sense of it. Also, did you say that Wyatt stuck his head into a weird door?
Oh yeah, it's with his head.
Good to know he has a habit of doing that.
First the trees. Probably not first the trees, let's be
Wait,
real.
Wyatt stuck his head into something else?
No, the time in the backyard.
No, he did. It was at the Jim Muir maze.
Mirror maze? What could he have stuck his head into?
It was the mirror. It was sort of
Warren just throws up his arms.
He stuck his head in a mirror?
It was more like the doors than a regular mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, it was everything. I mean, he's fine. It just I didn't realize it was a habit, but it makes sense. It explains a lot. I mean, I met Wyatt, so it already made sense, but
We should talk to him about this. This doesn't seem like a good habit.
I mean, seems like everything's worked out for him so far, so.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Kind of.
I don't think there's anything you could say that would change his behavior.
No, you're right about that part.
Quite possible you could make it worse.
He does seem willing to go against somebody telling him something not to do.
He has been hanging around Laura a lot recently.
Excuse me. Hell yeah, we're besties.
Listen, for every new discovery, you need someone who shoved their head into it first.
Not here to justify this. So let's keep going.
So he would look at the map and try to find at least some kind of oh yeah, we're here or whatever. Try to make sense of following it.
Being above ground still, you can't determine that.
Okay. Let's go in and I guess we'll see if we can orient ourselves somehow with this.
If nothing's changed, I think I remember the way to that central area.
Perfect.
Lead the way.
Start sliding down the slope.
Yes. Carefully, maybe.
Okay. For some of you, this is an extremely familiar walk. The way that the walls seem to close in, the way at some point, lights appear overhead, the humming that gets louder and louder as you go deeper and deeper in, and you go lower and lower into the ground. And as before, there's a point of which you turn around and you look back and you cannot see outside. You just see the tunnel itself. Like it's never ending. You do get to a point at which the tunnel branches off. One of them looking like it's heading back above ground. The other one continuing deeper. And from the one continuing deeper, you can tell the humming is significantly louder. And the lights is turning more and more red.
Out of curiosity, has Warren ever heard anything quite like this hum before?
The hum is very similar to the invisible thing that got Logan that one time.
I don't know how close Warren ever got to that thing.
Yeah, so it's
I
it
don't
might
think
be.
he really did.
I think it might be more of like Warren gets like the tingling since like hairs stand on end kind of thing, a feeling of familiarity, but not quite understanding why.
Cool.
Okay. So, I don't think this upward path was here last time. So,
So it's another entry, like exit slash
when we were
entrance.
here, they were like excavating a whole dang room. They had a lot of people working. I don't know how. It's been a few months. I imagine they could have easily dug a few tunnels.
Yeah.
Do you want to go up those tunnels, find out more of the places that are entrances? Or should we move further in?
Could be worth knowing. It's an escape route. So, if we do go further in, I just want to emphasize. Try not to listen too intently to things.
I will not listen to you. Correct.
Never do.
I'm kidding. Do you want to
long
see
as-
the escape route?
Let's just check it out and see where it pops out, and then we can head back in.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Choose the upward path.
All right, you head along the upward path. It's a little bit rougher than the one that you just came from. Not nearly as smooth, not nearly as well used, but it definitely feels different. And as you go and the path goes on and on, it seems to take significantly longer to get above ground. And as you go, you get to a point of where there is a ladder and a grate above your head.
Yeah.
Should we see where exactly this is leading out
We
to?
could pop a head out. Who wants to go up?
Definitely make sure it opens.
If we push on the grate, does it come up easily?
It moves pretty easily. It's also kind of loud.
Okay.
It's the typical metal grinding sound as you push up. But you're able to push up one-handed. You don't need any help lifting it at all.
Okay.
Did not bring any oil.
Sorry, I didn't think we were going to find the Tin Man down here.
God. If we're poking our heads out, what do we recognize the location around?
You give me a comprehend check.
Okay.
Everybody who's peeking their head out.
Oh,
We'll get
okay.
the opportunity.
Oh, this is great.
Mm. So everyone's peeking their head out?
If we'll each take turns to see if we recognize the place.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to see.
Oh.
I did bad.
Here, I'll give one of my d6s to you, Lore.
We all stick our heads out and are like, oh, this place.
In fact, you do that. You stick your heads out, and you notice this is one of the underground bunkers at your school that you've been shown during evacuation attempt practice stuff. That tunnel literally leads to the basement of your school.
Is it dark in here, or is the bunker lit?
It's lit.
Do we see anybody?
No.
Perfect.
Generally, the people in a school emergency bunker is zero. The number of people is usually zero.
Oh, well, we don't
So
know who's been using these
You never
tunnels.
know in this cursed town.
For all we know, they could have been, like, keeping some of the kids down here. Literally under the school. This might be where they ferry them through.
Yeah, that is a reasonable theory.
So I've been drawing this map, but I'm really bad at this.
You're fine.
Was it just the one other path up that leads to here, or were there multiple?
No, there's the only one. The other one was a path down with red and
that's what I
humming.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I will feel perfectly safe in school.
Mm-hmm.
Disconcerting to know it connects here, but also not surprising at this point.
Yeah, did you
well,
know
at
that
least
there's
we
a
know
bunch
our
of red doors
way.
in the school, too?
Yeah, there are quite a bit.
One in the principal's office.
There's one in the principal's
His
office?
closet, yes.
And another in the faculty lounge.
The one in the gym. The one in the gym's weird. So a grate out by the parking lot.
Okay, we can talk about doors and stuff at another time. That's good going.
So let's go back.
So Reese is careful to try to replace the grate how it was.
Wanted to try out some of your earplugs. Going down the red path would be the time, I assume.
Lore would have them.
Yeah. Wait, she has all of them?
Spray painted them.
You're the one who sprayed them.
Oh, okay. Yes, so she would hand them out.
I'm not going to put them in, but I'll hold on to a couple.
She's also hesitant and holding on to them.
I feel
Warren just
safer
throws them in
without
his
these.
pocket. Wait, what was that, Medusa?
He just said, honestly, I feel safer without these, but he would pocket them too.
Okay. Is Nick or Lorena leading the way?
You remember the way, Lore?
Sorry, I was muted. Motherfucker. Yeah, I think so. And I'm assuming they just walk back and end up going down the second hall with all the red lights.
Something's changed.
It has changed. This giant room that you remember is significantly wider, is significantly deeper, and has a lot more doors.
God damn it.
Yay.
How many of them are red?
At least one.
Okay.
It's hard to tell with the red light.
That's fair, honestly.
Yeah.
You could use the black lights to see if they have the eye on them.
That's true. Warren does pull out his blacklight and hands it to Nicholas.
We'll scan a couple doors in our side of the room, I imagine.
Yeah, there's at least one on like the top level, and you think you can get a glance of one at the bottom level on the opposite side.
At this point, Reese would try to look at the map to see if there are any like
see if there's
doors,
anything
like,
labeled
sorry,
the MC
landmarks.
Escher room.
Yes. To compare what the map looks like to this room.
There is a room that looks like it has like octopus legs, like just branching off, going in all directions. That might be this room.
So he would point it out to the others and be like, here, this might be where we are, and this would maybe... So he'd look for maybe the part that connects to the school, too.
Why did he draw it like
confirm.
an octopus?
Creative license?
Now we know where Wyatt
This
gets it
is
from.
the Octo
Oh my
room.
God. You tell us which of these tendrils breaks off towards the kids you want to save?
We fucking never looked.
Oh my God.
Do you really think they're keeping top
No.
secret notes that they don't want us to know about in the Bastion?
Probably not.
What's under...
Are there any notes on the map? Like, definitely don't go into this room, or
Here is the room just made of human teeth.
We don't have a location for the kids, or...
we don't know. We were
This
never
is-
given.
More of a just coming down here, seeing what we can make sense of, and
Seeing how
starting
it's
somewhere.
changed in the past 6 or so months.
Not necessarily. I don't think we'll end up finding them necessarily. It'd be nice, but
we
mostly
have to
this
start
is
somewhere.
for us. Yeah.
Scouting mission, not rescue mission. Which means if something goes wrong, our main priority is getting ourselves out.
I would hope no matter the mission,
Got it?
that would be priority number one.
Amber, there's no like symbols on the map that say like don't go through this door, or, like danger, or like any kind of like notes that would help with which doors do what.
There's definitely like at least one door that's marked with like a giant X. But that door is Lore, you would recognize that as the door that Wyatt had gotten brainwashed in, possibly.
Okay. And what direction is that door in?
Kind of back, kind of like doubles back. It's underneath the great exit. So like it would be down below. It's kind of like one of those on another level.
Well, if it's a scouting mission, we should plan the route we want to loop back either here to get out or another exit.
You guys know the place best. You wanted to go back to the central hallway, right?
Know which way we went to get the notes, but other than that, I mean, we could check down there because there were a couple kids being held there last time. It was, I believe, Oscar and Annie.
Carol?
starting with is a good idea. And we can keep track of our movements with the map, since we've kind of figured out where we are.
Perfect.
I'm working off vague memories here. I believe there's like a left path on the upper level we took.
Yeah, I think so.
That
So
sounds right.
Okay, it's a
honestly,
left path on the
kudos.
upper level.
So we'll start inching our way down that way. Remember, it's going to come across what was being a currently excavated chamber. I don't know what they've done with that in the 6 months, but then after that, it's where we found Oscar and Annie. And there was a bunch of hallways with red lights, a few offices, and that's where they got the papers from.
Laura would actually let Nick lead this time. Or at least like kind of ask him to by kind of like doing a little hand wave, like you go ahead, big brain.
Big brains first.
Okay.
Warren is staying at the back and keeping an eye out behind the group, basically.
As we approach the room that was previously being excavated, I will kind of like motion for everybody to stop, because last time Nick was in this room was full of 30 some odd sleepers, and I set an alarm clock off in here. I look in the room. Does it seem to be occupied?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
In fact, if you look very closely, you think you might actually be able to spot, like, maybe pieces of your alarm clock still. Like,
Oh my god.
like they haven't yet actually, like, despite all of this time, they haven't had a chance to clean that specific corner.
Good.
But this room has been renovated extensively.
It's no longer like a one-way tunnel with a room in the middle of it.
I'm sorry, could you repeat
It's
that?
no longer just like a one-way tunnel that just happens to have an opening in an area around it.
No, it's now approaching like amphitheater size. It's quite large. There's numerous levels of like stairs and the metal walkways covering bits and pieces of it along the walls, some of it branching across. There are pillars. There's metal poles going, as far as you can tell, every which direction in random pieces of this room. And there's at least 3 paths that you can take from where you're standing.
Great.
Okay. What direction are
You
those
also said
paths?
this room was occupied, so are any of those ways blocked?
Oh yeah.
So there's one path to the left, which is the path that you had taken before, Nick. And then there's 2 paths directly in, like, at the back of, like, the amphitheater, or, well, which would be the front of the amphitheater, sorry. You're at, like, the back of the amphitheater.
I don't know.
And they're on, like, opposite sides of what could almost be a stage.
I don't know if you read what
And
Medusa's
what-
asking for a break.
Yeah. We can totally take a break.
Whatever.
Before we do, how many people are in here? What are they doing? What do they look like, etc.?
That's gonna be a check.
Okay. What check?
Investigate? Yeah?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Nope. Don't roll 8d7s.
Wow.
Oh, I want to roll 8d7.
No.
Have 2 successes.
Nice.
Let me roll as well. Sorry. What are we rolling?
Investigate.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, Warren. Just saw your roll.
The ski mask that he's
3
definitely
ones.
not wearing is in his eyes.
3 ones with no successes
There
bad.
are. Yeah. For those of you who can't, like, Warren's kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff that he's taking in. You know, he hasn't been down here before. But Nick, Lore, Reese, you go through and you can spot, let's say at least 15 people going through, tidying up, checking walls, checking the setup. They're all covered in white. Their clothes almost reflects the light coming from above. The light bulbs are uncovered, so it's just blinding bright light from above, lighting up every area of this room. Alright, so yeah, there's at least 15 people. They're all looking around, like they're all doing some finalizing touches in this giant amphitheater room with the blinding lights. Yeah.
How many of them have face coverings?
All of them.
Thank God.
Are they like moving like the others were, where they're not really like they're kind of clumsy?
These ones actually seem to be fairly steady on their feet.
Huh. I'm scared.
Well, it seems most of them are down in the amphitheater area, so maybe we could just sneak along to the trail we took last time.
Okay. And the trail we took last time was the one on the left?
Correct.
We're just continuing straight forward, yeah.
Okay.
There's just
Oh my god.
the amphitheater, 2 entrances at the bottom of it, but there's obviously a lot of workers around there.
I just refreshed your map. It's beautiful.
I need to move it, but
So the main way through the amphitheater, what is the ground covering like?
There is no ground covering. It's all stone.
Okay.
And as you listen, even with the humming in the background, you can hear everyone's footsteps loud and clear.
It's socks time.
no.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening again.
Oh my god.
Does Nick just start taking off his shoes?
Look, how many of them are up in our area at the top of the amphitheater?
1 or 2. Most of them are down near like the stage.
Okay.
Almost like they're testing acoustics.
Born's just going to kind of gesture with like putting a finger up to his lips. Point towards the door, wait for lower Nick to like nod like yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Although
And-
she does look towards Nick taking off his shoes. Is he taking off his shoes?
I am gonna take off my shoes.
She is shaking her head at him.
Like when Reese sees Nick doing this, Reese starts taking off his shoes.
Warren does as well.
Yes!
You guys are gonna get foot fungus.
Better than getting caught.
Quieter. Isn't a
Laura's not taking off her fucking shoes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's pretty stealthy on her own. She's like, I'm gonna just do that.
Just an echo chamber. It's a big amphitheater.
He's got the sneaky sneakers. It's fine.
What do you think they're called? Sneakers.
Ooh.
Sneaky sneakers.
Would like to stealth to the other side.
As would I.
Same.
You know what to roll.
I'm actually good.
Oh,
at this
we do have
now.
a sneak so good.
A sneak skill, yeah.
I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm good at this now. Sixes.
Nice.
I will donate one to anybody in need.
Hello, it is.
Oh
me.
no, there's 2 people in need. You know what? Because Reese took his shoes off.
I've been rolling so bad this session.
I'm giving
I
my
got
extra
3
6
ones
to
on
Reese.
8d6.
It's true.
Thank you.
Now, all the people that succeed are the ones who took their sneakers off.
Because we took our sneakers off. I think we should get a bonus die for that. Doesn't affect lore.
I didn't roll a 1. It wasn't like a.
Wasn't a crit fail.
It wasn't a crit fail.
Okay. How are you guys making your way across the room?
So I'm picturing this as like a semicircular amphitheater, and we're on the uppermost level. Correct?
Sure.
Warren's just kind of keeping towards about the middle of this level and just very slowly walking through. Not trying to be like ducking down and hiding, just quiet.
They have like the face coverings on, and we know that they haven't seen us before, so Nick's gonna just try to, while remaining in this open upper level, like Warren said, try to steer as far from the 2 sleepers up here. Just give them a wide berth.
Mm-hmm.
Furious is just like slow, quiet, like very, very slow steps towards the path that they were making their way towards.
Yeah. Laura might be going slower since she's not in socks. And just kind of like clutching onto anything she brought just so it doesn't like jingle or move around too much.
In the act of clutching your bag and hoping it's not going to make a noise, you kick something and it skitters across the floor and everything stops.
Freeze.
Yeah, Laura just kind of freezes there for a minute, like panic looking towards the others who probably look towards her.
What did Lore kick?
As soon as there's like a loud crackling, like if a little pebble just like crackled across the floor, everybody just like snaps to look at Lore.
Maybe they look at the sound. Oh yeah, well we look at Lore.
Came from Lore.
I'm gonna say Lore bumped like a miscellaneous, like a toolbox that had been left up there.
That's so loud.
Please pick up your shit.
Good
I
thing you
have a
were wearing
toolbox
your
right next to me.
shoes in
What's
this
the bully?
case, because that shit would hurt.
And the 2 adults closest to you turn and begin walking towards you, listening carefully for you.
Laura, I'm also gonna need you to take a thing.
Condition?
Condition?
That word. Yes. Word's hard.
No, you're good. What kind of condition?
You get to pick of the 4. I believe they're tired, injured,
Shaken, I think was one.
which one?
Scared.
I think
Scared.
Shaken was one.
It's these. I'll put
got
it on
'em?
OSD. Where is
Yeah,
it?
I'm doing
OSD?
this from memory because I still don't have my book unpacked.
Here we go.
Yeah, upset, scared, upset, exhausted, injured.
I will take upset. I guess. Trying to think what would make sense in this. Mad
did
she
just
didn't
stub
take
your
off her
toe on-
shoes. No, I'm just kidding.
You did just stub your toe on a 2 locks. I think that makes many people upset.
Yes.
The fact that you didn't scream fuck is good enough.
If you
That's
were in your
also
socks, it would have been injured.
Yeah.
He's just gonna start pantomiming at you, like throwing something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, she would. Is the toolbox open?
Yes.
Can she kind of like carefully reach in for something? And just kind of chuck it in the opposite direction of them?
Sure. What are you trying to throw? And once you've decided, I need a body force.
Okay. Maybe something just loud enough. So like a small screwdriver.
That works.
Okay. And you said force?
Force. Because you're throwing.
Okay. And that is a pass.
You successfully chuck the screwdriver in the opposite direction, and it skittles toward the front of the amphitheater. The adults turn and head that direction.
Kind of gives them a relieved, like, phew, like, thank God. And then tries to continue. If they seem distracted by the screwdriver.
Yes, they are all distracted.
I feel like the sound of the sleepers like shuffling over would like make the sounds of their steps a little quieter, and like Reese would feel emboldened to like move faster and like make like the when you like flick your hands out and forward like in front of you to gesture the others to move faster as well.
A logical thought process there. You probably can move faster at this point without them noticing.
The hell out of here.
Head for that passageway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want another set of rolls, or?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
So to confirm, you're going to
The far side of the amphitheater
one?
where had
We
previously
previously
gone.
found Oscar and Annie.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay.
you're circling.
Yeah.
I have to refresh to like see anything change. It's
The circling is a
weird.
laser, so it doesn't save.
cool.
Okay. So you reach that hallway, and it this hallway hasn't changed. It's long. There's a couple glass rooms off to the side. There's a blinking red light up above. And if you strain your eyes, you think you can see the rooms that Oscar and Annie were kept in.
Okay. I think that was beyond like a gate kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is from where we are, can we see anyone?
No.
Spend a
Seems
second
pretty
to
dead in
shine
here.
a flashlight through all the cages.
Yeah, it's pretty dead in here. All of the noise really seems to be coming from behind you and the adults that were in the amphitheater and the sounds echoing from that.
Not super sneaking, a little cautious. She would go towards where where Annie and Oscar were kept and try to see if there is anyone there.
It doesn't look like there's anybody here. The gates have been left unlocked and opened. Almost like this area has been abandoned, or the people who were kept here got moved.
Okay.
This was where you found Annie and somebody else, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
Milo's friend.
So it seems like they've abandoned this section. Let's keep moving.
We want to see if there were new papers in the offices in the area. Or just down the hall around this way.
That's a good idea, but if they're not keeping people here anymore, they're probably not keeping sensitive documents here either.
You never know. They definitely have more than just this area for keeping people. I was somewhere else entirely.
See if
Might
you want to
just be
go
that
there.
they
There's
don't-
also Henry's.
Oh, I just mean, but it might just be possible that they don't need this space right this moment.
It does seem a lot more expansive than it was. So, want to check? We can check. Otherwise, we go down this other path leading to this big open area. There's a central control thing in the center with a spotlight. Last time, I think one of our teachers was there. I don't think we ever figured out who it was. But there's also like cliffside drops, so just be careful.
I have to ask, Justin, did you freaking re-listen to that episode? Because like,
No.
holy shit, dude.
I am really good at memorizing the most inane shit.
A real life big brain.
Thank you.
I think we should check the offices first, just in case.
If there's no one in there, it couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't think there was anything of worry in the hallway aside from some like red blaring lights.
Alright, so I guess I would check the offices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nick leads you, I assume, to the offices because Nick remembers exactly where those were. And
Laura's just like, you're the leader now.
Warren has encyclopedic knowledge of people's names. Nick has encyclopedic knowledge of geography. All of it.
Places he's been.
Honestly,
I'm so
good
glad
fit
we
with your voice, you
dragged
took.
Nick
Thank
here.
you.
You find the offices. You find numerous filing cabinets. Some of the drawers half open, some of them closed. Papers scattered everywhere. And a bright light up above, like it's been left on, lighting up the entire room.
I'm going to quickly glance through some of the papers that are still on top of like the desks or stuff that are in here, just to get a quick sense of what kind of material they contain. Would you like a roll?
Yeah, give me. I'll let you pick the roll.
What would be reasonable?
Comprehend sounds fitting.
Investigate, maybe?
Investigate or comprehend, yeah.
Okay, I'm taking investigate because I have 8d6 for that one.
Nice.
One success.
Looking at the papers that you do see, a lot of these are older. A lot of these are at least a decade old that are out on the tables, or at least look to be. And a lot of it is redacted. And you can even see the marker that somebody was using to remove information from these papers. Looking at them, you get the sense that these are documents noting people who got taken.
Okay. Our phones can take pictures, correct?
So far
Yes.
I did with the maps.
Okay. Oh, yes. Fuck. Never mind. Okay, cool. Are there any papers
I
that
said
are
no to
not...
fuck with you.
What the fuck? Yeah, Wyatt got out his fucking Polaroid camera. No.
Why retrieve them?
Oh, yeah.
He took pictures first, though, I think.
I think
Anyways.
he didn't because of the phones.
Anyways, are there any papers that have yet to be redacted, since you said the marker was still out?
From what you can tell, no.
Okay.
They're just disorganized.
Okay. So this is, I guess, their archives, and they're clearly trying to hide something internally. That's good to know.
Is the bright light like just what was naturally there, or is it like something that's been added, like a make? Well, okay, that's stupid.
No,
Reese
no,
is
go
just
on.
looking around to see if like there's anything connecting, like a camera or something, or like I guess a window like that's monitored, like something like the bright light is illuminating for. Or if it's just the visibility for the room for whoever would be working in here.
Can I get an investigate?
Yes. Also, maybe we should say who at this point is or isn't wearing a ski mask.
I want to think Warren put his on before entering the amphitheater.
Reese probably put his on when they went to go down the tunnels.
Laura just has her hat on.
She just has her face on.
But as long as the like neon hair, not neon, whatever, as long as your green hair is covered.
Maybe she'd have, I think Last time she had Wyatt's bandana, but she probably has her own, like a purple bandana.
I think we had like a bunch
yeah.
of bandanas when we went down here. We didn't have Reese's fucking ski mask collection.
You're welcome. Is Nick wearing his?
Kind of forgot it was in his pocket.
Amazing.
Reese, from what you can tell, the light is just a light for illumination. It doesn't appear to be connected or like tied to any form of video surveillance in this room.
So once he like sees like things are clear, he also would just start digging through papers, but just for flavor, obviously. Like you just already explained the redactedness.
Reese, this looks like the folder that you were given detailing your being kidnapped.
Cool. Yeah. So he would recognize that.
Yeah,
they were similar.
You would be able to guess that this is probably the exact room that the folder came from.
They must have noticed that you took some before. I know that. Well, okay. There were actual redacted bits in Reese's too, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But
I couldn't remember if that was...
these are excessively redacted. Like, they decided that the information that had been redacted was not enough, and they removed more.
Bit of SCP documents in here.
So, you're right. They knew this area was compromised, and we'll probably have to go deeper.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah?
Where were you kept? And was there room for more?
Yes, there was room for more. Sawyer was being kept there, too. I don't know how to get there from here. We left through a tunnel that had a long ladder that led to the surface somewhere in the middle of the woods. And I was not aware of my surroundings when I was brought there, so not much use, unfortunately.
But the woods between Red Acre and Haven Hill?
I don't have Justin memory, so I think I don't remember.
Oh my god.
I think it wasn't too far from Bastion.
Okay, cool. So definitely... Okay. Good to know. So now we have a general direction to go in.
Not like as a we should kind of thing, but we could always technically... Sawyer's definitely the most laid-back sort of the HQ we got. It may just be like, next to him, like, hey, we're already in the maze. Where were you locked up before?
Hey, we're in the maze. You want us to pick anything up for you?
I think
I'll at least recognize the area when I see it.
I think we should go back to the octopus room.
I can definitely show you where we encountered Sawyer.
We could also...
After others got him out, he ran into us.
I mean, we already crossed the amphitheater. If there's...
No, there's another
anything
sideway.
else to... Yeah.
It's where we got out before with Sawyer's help. I'll show you. We'll lead them to the large chamber with the cliff face and the central spotlight.
All right. And so you lead them to that chamber. I believe that was a branching off pathway.
Yes.
And yeah, it's the cliff face with a drop into you can't tell where, and the bright spotlight in the center with almost like a keyboard. Is
there anyone in that area this time?
I'm trying to decide.
Piano lucid? Piano lucid?
Because last time there was some chaotic shit that went down in this room.
A paintbrush,
Hey, we love
paintbrush
chaos.
was thrown at them while they were in the middle of their monologue.
Is there a piano lucid?
But we also don't have a taser this time.
It's true, you don't have a taser. That makes
Lore
me
does
feel
have a
safer.
skateboard.
I do have a skateboard.
She will use it.
There is somebody in the middle.
What are they doing?
They are reaching out and like plucking at something. Plucking something incorporeal, I believe is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Their hands are moving in ways that don't look natural as they grab something that can't be seen and pull, and you hear and feel a thrum through your body with each pulling gesture the adult makes. They're facing away from you.
Laura kind of whispers to Warren, like, hey, do you think they'll join your band?
Warren just kind of waves at them and then just like, stop. And then kind of pulls out his earphones from his pocket. Just questioning look.
Reese like visibly twitches whenever he feels the humming.
Weren't doing this last time. Make out that we were sneaking around though, and started to like monologue at us that like they were just trying to look out for us or something.
Is there... What are we looking for in this room? Nick, you wanted to take us because...
I mean, we went on the other side of the room, that's where we met up with Sawyer and made our way out.
Is there a way to get past this person? Or they're not facing us, but are they facing
I believe the
location we
spotlight's
wanna
only
go?
in the middle, so we could try to sneak around the edges.
Like last time.
That went so well last time.
As you watch and you see the adult pluck once again, the sound sounds off. The tone doesn't hit right. And the adult pauses, tilts its head in a way that looks unnatural before turning and walking to a room that was not there before, off to the right.
Oh.
Interesting.
They touch what looks like a bare wall, and it moves smooth, and the adult enters and the door closes behind them. Can I get an investigative check from you all?
Sure. 1 success.
Success.
1 success.
Oh my god.
I'm so
Laura's not
sorry.
This is
feeling
why
well
you
today.
take off your socks.
We're
Why
leaving
are you
our
taking off
socks
your
on,
socks?
actually.
Episode title, Socks to Me You, Lore.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're also upset, so
bad.
you're rolling one less die.
Oh, okay.
In the spotlight, you see flickers. You see shadows. You see a silhouette darting across the floor.
These shadows comparable to, say, the weird things we may have seen at the diner before?
Technically, yes.
Interesting.
Well, when they went into that side chamber, did it make a lot of noise, or was it, like, completely silent?
There was a little bit of a noise. There was,
Grinding stone on stone?
not necessarily grinding stone on stone, but you know that sound that, like, really expensive doors make when they close?
Oh, like that really authentic click.
Yes, like, it's like there's that click, but there's also that, like, you can hear the sound being cut off from the other side, and then the click kind of thing, like that.
Gotcha.
Like, so it's not really a noise, it's more of
Like
an
a
absence of
cardboard.
sound.
We couldn't exactly follow without being noted, probably.
Could we try slipping in behind them?
You wouldn't be able to be right behind them. I mean, you could try and rush it, but you would definitely be heard.
Let's just confirm that there's still the exit on the opposite side of the room, our way out. Then, once we confirm that, I think we can try looking into the secret passage.
Okay.
At least
And
take
all
advantage
this is-
to cross the room.
All this is branching from the office area, is that right? Or is it...
Yeah, this was a little break off from the hallway around the office area.
Okay.
Is the wavering of shadow still skittering about in the bottom floor? Or
It's like it's trying to touch things, and then it disappears, and you see it like at the far end of the room. There's a moment where you think it's behind you. You're not, but it has been mostly in the spotlight area.
Super unsettling.
Still don't know what these kind of shadow things are.
Laura hasn't seen shit.
you've seen these before?
She hasn't rolled enough to see it now.
No.
And yeah, wait, were you unable to see it at the diner either?
She wasn't at the diner?
No, I don't think I was there.
Who was at the diner? It was me, Wyatt. Anyway,
Milo
look,
and Wyatt.
oh yeah.
Or, sorry,
that
Milo
season.
and Theo.
Is that season?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, when we went to the diner, aside from blinking jacket, there was this large, hulking shadow thing that I think is trapped in the diner? Wouldn't open the doors, but while we were in there, it kept lurching towards us, and Wyatt thought about going back to see if he could touch it. Sounds like Wyatt.
Is this Nick in character? Or is it just
Think so.
OC?
Yeah, in character. Let's keep our distance from it for now. It
Looking
looked
around a
like
lot.
something was out of tune with them.
What are you talking about?
Maybe.
Reese would attempt to point the shadow out to Lore.
Does she
Like, at
see
least
it?
pointing to where it is.
Doesn't it keep shifting around?
Well, where it is at that specific moment.
Warren is going to start trying to head down. I forget the architecture of this room, but there's some way down to the lower level that...
Yeah, across the room was where we met with Sawyer last time, and then we made our way out from there.
Oh, so, like, on the upper level, there's a way out.
Where we came in, and on the opposite side of the room, there's another door. We went through there. That's where we encountered Sawyer, who led us out from a nearby exit.
Okay, so that opposite door is on the upper level where we are, or the lower level where the
there's
lead is?
not multiple levels. It's all on the same level.
Oh, okay. That would explain my confusion. Cool. Warren is going to start to try and edge around the room, staying out of the spotlight, keeping a close eye on the shadow wherever it appears, as it does.
See if I can ask about the shadows at some point. I imagine at least one of them should have an idea, but...
If they'll tell you about it.
I like to think I'm in good graces with at least one voice.
No, you should definitely.
Do you want to roll for me to cross the room, or are we good?
Are you trying to sneak specifically, or are you just going?
I'm trying to sneak and mostly stay out of the spotlight where the shadow seems to be most active.
Go ahead and roll for a sneak.
Okay. I should probably put points into this soon. Since we're actually in the maze now. Hey! 1 success.
You are able to very easily make your way through the room. You avoid the spotlight. You avoid getting too close to the cliff face. And you are on the other side of the room after, we'll say 15 seconds of like solid walking.
Mm-hmm. Warren just kind of motions towards the others on the other side of the spotlight.
Guess I'll sneak around.
Yeah.
No. Shadow
following.
even. There's... Successy.
And Reese?
Was Lore able to see the shadow when Reese pointed to its position? Or is that not how that works?
I feel like when there's a moment that the shadow has paused or is not moving around as much, Laura is definitely able to see it at that point, knowing that it's there.
And can she touch it?
You want to touch the shadow?
Yeah.
Wyatt, no! Sorry, reflex.
Where do you
Laura's
decide
been
to
rubbing
try
off on
and touch
Wyatt.
the shadow?
Oh my god.
Does it have a hand?
It does.
Give it a little
Can I hold its
handshake.
hand?
Oh my god.
It's for science.
Not the ass emoji.
Geo9!
Sorry, go ahead, Amber.
Oh my god, you've been rubbing off on Wyatt, and Wyatt's been rubbing off on you.
Yeah, they're called best friends. That's what you do.
Do you just like reach out and grab it? Is this like a slow, like how
little
do you-
hesitant.
Like skim it, like touch it, like when you're skimming like water or whatever. When you just gently dip your hand in.
It's like, yeah, Reese just pointed it out and she's like, and she just kind of like slowly like goes to like gently hold its hand.
Reese sees this while the rest. Nick and Ward have already started sneaking across the room. Reese is watching.
Yes, he's watching. Like, doesn't think it's a good idea, but he's watching.
Warren is not aware you're going to have brought the fucking shadow. What?
Get to the other side and just turn around and just see like Laura reaching out to the shadow.
Lore turning into a pillar of salt.
Oh my god.
I look away for 2 seconds.
Oh,
Oh no.
hello, Lord.
Oh fuck! It is.
Do all of us hear this?
You all hear me.
Are you
Freeze.
following us?
Following him, no. I'm exploring.
You're exploring.
Yeah.
Also exploring.
Working together.
Retracing steps.
Always a good place to start.
Were you the interference just then?
Me? No. No, I can't claim to be that one.
Do you know who was?
The shadow kind of like looks around before nodding.
Obviously, Sentinel's been doing a little bit more work down here than I thought. But gotta start somewhere.
Does Annie know about your escapades down here?
Oh yeah, no, she encourages this. You know, we can always use new friends. So, here I am, looking for friends.
Why don't we look for friends together, Annie?
This is Wicker.
Percent I said Wicker.
I mean, yeah, we should totally work together. We can get more done that way.
Do you know of a place of note that you think would be worth our time exploring down here?
The shadow makes a point of looking around and gestures toward the exit that you guys were originally heading towards. At which point she like takes a step, disappears into the darkness of the room, and then reappears by the well-lit door.
So this way they hide things.
That's super interesting. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, still in their socks, he will quietly make his way towards where Wicker has guided them.
You're still okay. I put my shoes back on, but okay.
The sock stealth works.
When we see it's you. You're the shadow everywhere.
Not always. Like, I do this form when I'm trying to connect with people your age.
There's a big shadow in the diner. Similar looks. Much bigger. Who that was?
Don't touch that one.
I'll be sure to tell Wyatt.
I mean, Laura, you wanted to hold my hand, you could if you like, you know, if you're scared or something. It's not scary down here.
It's not scary down here.
No, it's very predictable once you know what's going on. But, you know, they don't let Annie down here very much, so I have to do it on my own.
The last time she was down here, she was in a cage.
Yeah. that was unplanned. But we learned a lot, and we're gonna learn more right now together.
Exactly. So Wicker indicated towards the wall that disappeared, correct?
No, towards the open door.
Towards the
Okay.
open door already, not the sneaky
Okay, yeah,
way.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And
Wicker-
Warren is just going to start creeping towards that door through it.
If you're floating around out here, are you in any? Or is it possible for you to be in danger like this?
I mean, if they know I'm down here, it's a problem, but they don't know I'm down here, so it's fine. I'm just, making connections. I think it's called networking. But,
Told you that word.
You know, I heard it on the TV. But you know, you gotta, if you want to work with people, you gotta, yeah.
Wicker, my child. But
Alright, so we're going in the direction of the
Way we escaped last
the
time,
open
but it
door.
sounds like there's another path there.
yeah, where they hide things.
ooh. Yeah, so stepping through to the other room that this door leads to, what do we see? And Warren is on the lookout for anything that might be, say, a good place to hide stuff.
Like people.
So
Oh, those two.
let me just forget why we're down here. You end up coming to a room that has light up floors that chime and jingle as people walk on it. There's almost like a little mini maze within itself there. There's overhead red lights, but you can watch Wicker's shadow take off to the left. Almost making her way behind somebody who might be your age heading that way.
Ooh.
Is there anybody currently walking on the floor that's lighting it up?
There's one adult, appears to be patrolling. And that's where you hear the chimes.
And the one that Wicker is following isn't on that floor.
Correct.
The kid our age. Okay. Thank you.
So is the person Wicker's following like on a floor above, or what are we talking about?
Nope, same floor, just off to the right.
Okay.
Is where
So there's the dance floor in the center, and then there's just extra space around. Okay.
so like think of if you take a couple steps to the left, it's just a basic floor with a pathway, and that's where Wicker and the possible teenager went. But if you take a couple steps to the right, you see the light up floors leading to the exit that Sawyer had led Nick and everybody to before.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you can kind of see where it looks like they're in the process or beginning the process of installing the light up floors off to the left.
Would anybody else like to take initiative here, or?
I mean, look, you want to take the lead by all means.
Okay.
Just unexplored territory for all of us.
I am going to try and follow behind Wicker quietly and sneak up on this kid. Also, I'm wondering what they look like. Are they
Yeah.
wearing anything? Are they wearing a disguise, etc.? They turn around and are wearing the Karl Marx glasses and nose.
Oh my god.
The teenager looks, let me look at something really quick. The teenager is tall. Hair is messy. Clothes look like they've seen better days. Can I get a heart contact roll?
Sure. Let me.
All of
What
us,
the
or
Everyone looking at the teen.
okay.
Okay. I'm good at this, so.
Not gonna know who they are.
Not
Okay, well.
but we'll roll because we're watching.
Here,
later.
I'll roll for funsies. Nailed it.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even have that many.
Lore, it's your friend.
I actually do love this for you, Laura, because
Uh-oh. Run. Run, Lorena.
I was scared.
you recognize the teenager. The way they carry themselves, the way they walk, even at a shamble. There's something about like their back, something about their shoulders, maybe their hair. And there's a moment of where like Wicker's shadow like almost reaches out and like tugs at their sleeve. And they turn. And it's David.
All caution to the wind. Laura would immediately kind of zoom to him, kind of like grab his like hands, like, oh my god, David. Kind of just like not thinking. It's just she's just so like, oh my god, startled to see that it's him.
As you rush and you kind of like grab him, you watch Wicker disappear. And David looks exhausted. He looks half there, but he makes eye contact with you. And you see the recognition enter his eyes. And he doesn't even say anything. He just immediately pulls you into a hug, a tight bear hug. And you can feel him like trembling.
I guess they know each other.
Mumbling. She would hug him back very tightly. How are you here? Are you okay?
He kind of, you can see him like struggle to speak almost for a moment. And the raspiness of his throat comes through as he's like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be down here. If you get caught, it's going to be you're going to be in so much trouble.
You're not supposed to be down here. What are you doing down here? You've been gone for months.
Has it been months? And he like rubs at his at his face, and it like smears dust and dirt. And he shakes his head a little bit. It's... I don't even remember how I got down here.
What do you remember last?
Heading home, getting dinner, I think, with some friends, maybe. And he like clutches at his head. He's like, I think we were getting pizza or something, and then it's just been this. I thought it was just a weird ass dream. What do you mean it's been months?
You've been missing for months.
Lies. No. What?
How do you not remember that long? Have you seen any others?
Yeah, maybe it's like the more I wake up, the more I forget. Like a dream. But there's been a couple. I think I remember a kid or two. I remember some guys from school.
Do you remember hearing any voices?
Voices? You mean like talking? Like us now?
Kind of, but like kind of in your head.
He thinks on it for a moment. He hasn't really let you go. He's kind of just been like, in some way, shape, or form, he's kind of just like holding on to you. Like, as if he lets you go, you'll disappear. And it'll be like a dream. There was, a shadow, just saying we need to work together. To trust about something, trust someone, but that it was gonna be okay, and that was... But I don't think that's what you mean, but it felt very weird.
She turns to the others.
Are you watching?
There's more of you? What?
Yeah.
Warren's going to go up to David and is going to pull off his ski mask. Listen, are you going to trust somebody with a ski mask on? No, you're not.
God.
Good morning, David. Time to wake up. There's an exit right over there, and Warren points to where Nick and the others have described where the exit they left with Sawyer was.
Are we not going to escort him out?
Laura can escort him out. Ish, like, yeah, she'll go with him to the exit path.
Also, like, He's been down here for months. You hungry? Thirsty?
Yeah, how are you? She would probably pull out like her water bottle and the cookies. Your aunt made these.
Oh, thanks. Shit. Fuck, I don't know the last time I ate. Oh my gosh. And he like takes the water and he definitely takes a cookie. And you can see him like take a sip of the water and then like almost start to chug it like he didn't realize how thirsty he was.
Reese looks towards the dance floor. Sorry, Lido floor. Is the one that was walking there still there? Is he undisturbed? Has he noticed them?
He hasn't noticed anything, is just wandering. You just hear the occasional chime here and there.
Ding.
Perfect. So, Reese gets close to David and Lauren. Warren doesn't take his ski mask off, but we should get him back to the surface now, right?
This is one more person that we were expecting to, get out of here. They
Maybe
seem
he
pretty
should
important
just-
to you.
Maybe he should just stick with us for now, if we're not done here.
I think we should focus on getting who we found back.
What do you want to do
What?
down here?
Okay, so we're leaving?
I wouldn't say we're leaving.
What do you want to do then, Warren?
This is a scouting mission first and foremost, right? We've only found things you already knew.
Things have changed.
A kid.
No, there's a secret passage now. We know they're made in amphitheater. We know this room with the checkered floors that make noise. They're new things.
Warren's giving like a measured look of everybody's reactions. You're right. One is more than we expected. We can go.
You wanted to take a last look at something first. Just make it really quick, but
Get him out of here.
Good to go.
I don't know if it's safe for him to go home, though.
well, then we'll bring him to Bastion, and we'll figure it out from there.
Probably best.
Yeah. And honestly, like, if you guys did want to keep exploring, like, Laura could go with him. And you guys could continue on. Like, that's fine.
Technically, it's supposed to be 11.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It is already. Oh.
Yeah, out of
all right,
out of character, we should probably leave the maze because we can't guarantee that we're going to be in this group next time.
No, you're right. So yeah, I guess they're heading for the exit then.
You didn't want to just say it outright.
Sometimes it's okay to break character. It's fine.
Warren breaks different characters all the time.
Oh my god.
So the exit where Sawyer is... sorry, oh my god, brain. The exit
not-
where Sawyer had led you before is in the same room? Or that's in the room we just came from?
Right over this way. Here.
Okay.
It's changed. It should be just right this way.
I just hope that person plucking the strings didn't come back.
I don't think we were ever informed of where it brought us out, though.
Can't wait to find out.
Is there... Is... Is there? Could we check for red doors?
You can check for red doors.
Because we could possibly get out closer to the bash in that way, right? Or
Bastion doesn't have red door, I don't think.
The bastion does not have a red door.
I think the
Okay.
closest red
That's
door
good.
is like in the radio station.
Okay.
We bust into Dan Davis's office.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, knowing where a red door isn't a bad thing. We can put it on the map, but we should probably just go through the physical exit.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
long as
yeah.
we don't run into problems.
okay.
But I still think it's a good idea to make note of if there is a red door.
There was also a red door by the water tower.
The water
right.
tower is not by the bastion.
I feel like the water tower is the opposite side of town.
It is.
It's okay if we're far from the bastion as long as we're
Finch,
out of
how
the
can
maze.
you lie to me like
Yeah.
this?
But is there a red door nearby, Amber? Or do they not see any?
We'll say there's a red door. Yeah, sure.
We'll make
We can-
note of it.
Yeah, make a note of it and then head for Sawyer's alleged exit.
Warren.
That scared me.
We have a visitor, Warren.
We are kind of in the middle of something. And Warren is looking over nervously at the one guy still here.
Yes, I know you are. It's so exciting to see you going for it.
It's better than sitting around like Avery has been doing.
I
And Warren's like motioning for the kids to get moving towards the escape ladder.
fully agree. Actually.
Warren looks a little surprised. Is Wicker still here?
If Wicker is here, you do not see Wicker.
Okay.
Skedaddled before Beacon caught her.
Like, bye.
She actually skedaddled the second Laura touched David,
Shit.
and who could blame them?
Mom's home.
Making friends with voices now, Warren?
Wait, can they all hear Beacon or
What-
just Warren right now?
Oh, that's a good question.
I believe right now it's just Warren.
Okay, then never mind.
Oh. Okay. So Warren is going to see that nobody else is reacting.
They're just reacting to you talking to yourself.
Okay, let's just get going as fast as possible. Okay, we need to get David Gibbs out of here. And then he's going to kind of start whispering aloud, quietly. But it's whispering. That's what. Anyways. To what do I owe this visit?
Your drive to continue onwards, even when met with others that think you should stop.
Thank you for the compliment. There's just more things to find down here.
There are indeed, Warren, and I look forward to you finding them.
Are everybody making their way up the ladder now?
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Or at least at the foot of it.
Yeah. Laura's making sure David gets out first, if that's cool.
No disagreement.
Good. I can't wait to find more things down here. Good to finally get a chance to see what the understudy is up to.
And the more you look and discover what their purpose is, what their goals are, the easier it'll be to stop them.
We're not too different of mind on that front.
No, we're not.
There was a small smile on Warren's face as he's like, now that louder whispering. Everything good up there? As everyone's kind of going up the ladder.
Yeah, just waiting for you.
I'm coming.
I just wanted to tell you that I think the leader role looks good on you.
Warren is not able to hide that smile on his face. Fuck. Amber. I think it's a good mask for somebody to be wearing. Heaven knows there's none here.
Interesting. You don't feel like it's your true self shining through?
That's a complicated question. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets out of here in one piece. That's my plan for now.
I respect that.
And Warren's going to climb that ladder following everybody else up.
Good job, little Sparks. Lorena, I'm so glad you found your friend.
Thanks. I'm so confused how. Do you know anything about this? He doesn't remember anything, but he's been missing for months. How does that work?
I mean,
It's a little hard to remember when you have someone's fingers scrambling inside your head.
don't say it like that.
Yeah, that's gross. Is that why Avery always puts his head in the freezer?
No.
I mean, I remember Wyatt talking about, didn't really remember when he was under whatever mind control from that invisible creature.
None of us would be able to give you a clear answer in regards to these friends of yours that you'll be finding. Hopefully, we're not connected to them anymore.
The way you phrase that is particularly ominous.
Yeah. What do you mean you're not connected to them anymore?
Someone else is.
We want to bring him to Bastion. Will that sever the connection?
One way to find out.
He nods.
Okay.
It seems like Lorena waking him up did plenty to help. We can get going and find out from there.
Just don't think he'll be safe at home, though.
Which is why we're going to Bastion.
I forgot to tell you about the parent grouping.
Excuse me?
The parents are assembling.
What?
They're doing some, like, neighborhood watch thing. Checking in on people, quote unquote.
Okay. For all we know, this could be out of the goodness of their hearts, because there are a bunch of missing kids, but something's moving. My mother is looking at a promotion, and I can't help but feel like some things in this town are a bit more connected than we'd like.
From what I've heard, the Redacre voice is good at networking. Warren does air quotes when he says that.
Damn it. Okay. Beacon, are you still here?
I'm sorry, is someone talking to me?
I know you don't like me, and I don't like you either, but we can at least be civil.
Like a war.
Oh my god. Well, is it possible, even if someone were not devoted to you, for you or one of your siblings to, like, some veil, like some vague protection? I'm sure he wants to go home, but I'm not sure if that's safe for him.
You're speaking of David.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think I would be able to provide the kind of protection you're looking for. Very much how I can't exactly step in for you, Nick.
What does that mean? Because he picked.
Alignment carries weight. Even if I'm interested in someone, if it's not mutual and they go for someone else, lost cause.
I'm glad to say that ship has sailed. Thank you for at least humoring my question.
I mean, Reese was kidnapped and he's obviously back.
I don't think anyone's fingers were in my brain. Thank you very much.
We're gonna work on that. We'll work on that in the back.
I think they're metaphorical fingers, but
I know they're metaphorical fingers, Nick. Thank you.
if you were caught down there, I'd say there's a good chance that you've been under some kind of...
That's true. You don't know. I mean,
There
he doesn't
wasn't.
remember anything. You have no idea.
David, neither do you. Okay? So just...
Now is not the time to be pointing fingers at each other.
we just stop saying fingers. My brain's fine, right, Beacon?
It is. And I actually wanted to say, I'm very proud of you, Reese, for going back down there, despite your first adventure.
He gets like visibly kind of shy to have been called out like that. His face blushes a little. Yeah. It was hard, but it was the right thing to do. Thank you.
Keep following that drive of yours. You can stoke it into a fire yet, Reese.
We should get David back.
Oh, are you blushing?
He turns away from the others.
Yeah, we should get back.
I don't think we can let anybody know he's back besides our group. No one in town, because they could just pick him up again, so stay at the Bastion and we'll figure out what to do from there.
They didn't pick you up again.
I wasn't down there as long. We don't know what's gonna happen here.
You don't know how they're keeping tabs on people, and honestly,
We can play it by ear.
At least we'll know he's safe there. I know his family won't, but at least we know he will be, and we'll figure it out from there.
Right.
Thank you, Beacon. And Wicker, if you're still here.
You know how to reach me, Reese. Walk home safe, little sparks.
Okay, so you make your way steadily back towards the Bastion, avoiding major areas.
Where did that exit lead out to?
Baseball field!
Haven Hill baseball field or Red Acre baseball field?
Haven Hill.
Good, cool.
Thank you. You put it in.
Easy entrance.
Oh, yeah.
And it, you make your way back to the Bastion. Yeah, avoiding crowds, because it's now like midday Saturday. David's kind of stumbling over himself, but is able to remain upright for the most part. He's finished the water and the cookie that he had taken from Lore.
Brought some granola bars if he needs something else.
He probably wouldn't say no to anything that you offer him. But you arrive at the Bastion, and Alex is standing outside, arms crossed, and the chain tattoo is glowing brightly. They look at you, shake their head, and they're like, David, come here. We set up a bed for you. Come on. We'll get you taken care of.
Are you having Sentinel spy on us for you?
I don't have to have anyone do anything. And David kind of looks confused at Alex, but without any like additional prodding, goes to Alex and lets Alex kind of like hold him up. And Alex is like, I'll talk to you all about this later. We'll get David taken care of. And leads David inside.
I have a med kit, if that would be helpful.
Sure, why not? Add it. Come on. And
so he'd pull his med kit from his backpack and pass it over to Alex.
Yeah, Laura would be following. Afraid to leave David too far out of her sight.
Lean in to Lore before that and just say, I feel like this is just going to daisy chain back to figuring out that Wyatt stole the map from Avery.
Most.
We don't have to let them know that we knew our way around there. We were just going through paths you had been through before.
None of us had maps. Got it?
There's no reason why it has to come back down on Wyatt.
What map? I don't know how to read maps.
Exactly. Perfect.
Perfect cover story.
For those of you who remain at the Bastion, you watch Alex make sure that David gets some food in him, like some actual like protein and everything. Give him more water. Takes him to an actual bed and not one of the sleeping bags. And David is set up to stay long term in the Bastion. And with that, we're going to call the session here.
Nice.
Congrats on rescuing somebody from the labyrinth below.
Thank you.
Now we're in trouble. Yeah.
Don't worry. It's one of like 7 that we're gonna get. Don't worry. We'll speedrun next session.
Like, can their anger even touch us if we were successful and everything was fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Just ignore them. Easy. Do not care about HQ or their little petty feelings.
Say
Oh, I'm
goodbye
sorry,
to
you
the
haven't saved people.
recording.
Night.
Goodbye, recording.
Interestingly, we managed to catch a small group of the children we've been monitoring make their way into the upper levels of the complex via the entrance between Haven Hill and Red Acre. We didn't venture too far in, and our coverage is still limited, but make note to move our testing zone further away from this section. We don't want any interruptions to our future tests.
Speaking of interruptions, you meddle in things you have no chance of understanding. Are you all so naive?
I wouldn't call us naive. We like to at least think we're quite well informed. Maybe bullheaded is more accurate. May I assume I'm speaking with the bouncer?
Well, this is a surprise. It talks. Not as informed as you seem, I think. At least, not according to Declan.
Just because some of my colleagues won't answer you doesn't mean we are all deaf to you. Declan had his principles and reasons to stick to them. From what I've read of you, I would have thought you could respect that choice.
And he chose death over whatever mission and principles he held. Kind of casts a bleak shadow over your group and your attempts against the old voice. Why are you here?
Declan stared death in its face and chose to stand firm in his belief. You are nothing if not your ideals. Would you bend if I asked you to compromise those?
I guess we both stuck to our guns. But Declan is gone, and I remain. If you are here to fail the town and its residents, then fail quickly, so that I can make progress. Your meddling is slowing the already difficult task of ridding the town of the old voice for good.
Huh. Your siblings were much more... how do I put it? Nightlight wants everything to burn, and Trinket is hoarding anything they can get their hands on. For once, we might actually agree on something with you all. The understudy needs to go.
And yet, here you sit, writing reports, developing a treatment for a symptom. I cannot fathom what must have happened to you to think you stand a chance against them without us.
We are developing a plan so we can delve further without risk. Forgive our desires not become like the rest of the understudy's retinue. We may make slower progress, but we make progress nonetheless, considering we have eyes even they haven't seen yet.
Oh, I have seen them. Which is why I'm talking to you. If I can see your intrusions, then you can be sure you're not as hidden as you think. They ignore you for reasons yet unknown. Maybe you pose no threat.
Or maybe the wording we refined from the children's Halloween excursions is actually working. I understand that we may have you to thank for the specifics of that idea. Credit where credit is due.
You even claim my progress as your own. I'm almost glad the others of your group did not talk. I could keep my more charitable imaginings that maybe I did not have to do this alone.
We may have gotten off on the wrong foot. Yours being metaphorical in this case, I assume. Our last conversation with one of you was heated, though I gather she is always like that. Your brother is more our speed. Our goals aren't so different, even if our methods are more mundane. The others wouldn't agree to one of yours being there, but you have my permission to shadow our next test in the complex. See your progress for yourself, and then make your conclusions. I wouldn't count us out quite so quickly.
I will continue to watch as I always have. I do hope I am wrong about you, Blair. All of you. If a glint of gold should catch your eye, they've spotted you, and you need to run.